You ready?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I'll start the recap then. So, when last we left our party, the party had travelled to the ruins of a colossus keep called Vitara and defeated the automaton that guarded the place and took its power core. They returned this to Francisca in exchange for her help with their upcoming meeting with the Deep Terror. She then dropped them off along with the wizard Calsus Celsus just outside of Bulwark. Art attempted to drug an innocent bystander purely to see what would happen, but was disappointed when they resisted the effect. After this, the party spent some of their new wealth on magic items at Gareth's Glamorous Goodies. Yeah, we're off to a good start, everybody.
Yeah, always good to rush you.
Bought the Doslu, and Yolya and Ott bought items to improve their AC, while Risu commissioned some Ankheg armor for Taito to try and improve his survivability. During the night, Istus once again summoned Risu to her domain to show her the damage that Zernat had done to her domain, causing all these fateless people, and to upgrade her bow as an advance payment for her help fixing the issue. After all this, the party had their meeting with King Octavius, who provided them with a bonus, in addition to preparing their meeting with the Deep Terror. And that was where we ended last episode, the shopping session. We'll say it's probably the morning of when you are scheduled to depart. Your guide Blotius is ready to take you to your transport whenever you ask him to. But I suspect first of all, Risu and Ott are both going to want to pick up their purchases.
Yep.
And I'll put on some music.
Yeah, I've sorted mine out now. All Gucci.
Cool.
I forgot how loud this is every time I
Well, don't turn Rhythm up, forehead.
I only just reinstalled it, so everything's on default.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, because your
Rhythm always
died,
turned down to 60%.
I think mine's at like 50 or 40.
Yeah,
Yeah, mine's on 40 now, it sounds better.
it's fine. Right, where are you all going first? What are you all doing first?
Do we
What are we
get
doing again?
the armor for the Meow Meow cat?
Okay, so you wanted to head off to, I believe it was called Varian's Forge. Over
Yonder.
here.
Yeah,
we
what
go.
the armor is.
Cool. In that case, I mean, we've travelled through the city enough times. You know how this works. You hail a cab and it's paid for out of Lord Duskwatch's money, and you are led through the Palatine Foundries until you come to one of the few actual brick buildings in the place, where Virion is waiting. This fairly young, like late 20s sort of equivalent elf is already waiting with his first go at making this armor out of Ankheg hide. When he comes up, he gives a sideways glance at Taito and is like, I have the armor ready. I mean, I've already taken payment. About fitting the armor, putting it on, I'm probably gonna have to do it the first time to show you how it's done. Gonna level you, I'm not super comfortable with getting close to the mouth and claws of
Don't worry, he never uses them. It's fine.
Not yet.
Amazing. So he gingerly brings over the armor because he doesn't even want to get you to call Taito over to him. And Taito obliges while he straps this armor over Taito. I should sort of explain what it is. It's these. It does appear to be plates of chitinous armor from some sort of large insect-like monster, and it's all held together and riveted together with leather straps in order to fill in pieces. It's not a full suit of armor, but it does offer decent protection. And while he's fitting the armor, he shows you how to do it, and also explains that because Ankheg are naturally acidic creatures, their armor actually provides some resistance against acid as well. So, from now on, rather than an armor class of 12, Taito has an armor class of 17.
What? That's a massive jump. Fair enough.
Yes. It's no armor to very strong armor that costs 200 gold. And a resistance to poison damage. Or not poison, acid damage.
Taito Hinch.
Still doesn't have a lot of maximum HP, but at least should be much better.
Yeah.
I
I mean, be hard to hit as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Much harder.
That mainly be what his high health be due to the fact that he's probably like under leveled in comparisons to us.
Yeah, he's a challenge rating of a half, which there's just a weird thing with rangers where like the animal companions don't really seem to scale with them. It might be something that like me and Sarah look at outside of a session, because there is like they did come out with a revised ranger on playtest versions to see whether that's any better for basically this
Right.
exact reason. But that'll be a
The
whole
fact that
separate thing.
you go past level 2 and they become useless.
Mhm. Anyway, so you still haven't picked up your what's it called? Your cloak of protection.
Yeah. So yeah,
So
we
I'm
can
assuming
go.
that's what you're going to do next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Down to
so
Gareth's
you-
glamorous goodies.
hmm The bell on the door has already been fixed. As you come in, you are immediately greeted by one of the shop assistants who recognizes you all from yesterday and informs you that your package is waiting for you. It appears this early in the morning, Gareth isn't awake yet, but a small like bundle of cloth that's been wrapped up in brown paper and tied with a bow is presented to you, Ot, and when you unwrap it, it is a cloak of protection. It takes an hour to attune to it, and of course you can only have 3 items attuned at a time, so you'll have to decide whether you attune to it or what you attune to.
So what have I got attunes at the moment then? So
If you look through your magic items, it will say requires attunement on any of the ones that you have.
okay.
Definitely
Gloves.
Boots of Elvenkind.
Gloves of radiance.
You don't have Gloves of Radiance.
Oh, I could just see it. That's why.
Hang on. Let me change that so it's not in all players' journals.
Cheers.
I was going to say that should be
There we go.
in
It
mine
should
only.
totally be in yours. There we go. Let's fix that.
Cool. Yeah, Boots of Elvenkind, Moonlit Short Sword, I presume would be.
Yep.
Wait, did I get? I thought I saw the Gem of Brightness. Maybe I didn't. Sorry.
you
I'll worry
did.
about that later.
You did.
Cloak Protection and Flame Tongue Short Sword. Okay, so Flame Tongue and Moonlit. I think I will unattune from the Moonlit because the Flame Tongue deals more damage.
Cool. So just make a note by which ones you have attuned, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
So that you know you can only attune to 3 things at a time. I think you're the only person who has enough attunement items for that to be a thing, apart from maybe Sarah.
Fucking Sarah.
Item hoarder Sarah.
What?
Yeah, she gets all the good stuff.
Do I?
Hey, shut up, Nick.
Yeah, you get a pet. Where's my pet?
Believe me, dude, we had pets in the last campaign.
Yeah, it didn't
You don't
go
want
well
them.
for them.
You forget about them and they just starve to death.
Yeah.
So it's good that Taito's still with us then.
They got stuffed in a backpack and died.
Oh no.
It was bad.
Whoops.
Like a dozen animals died that day.
Oh, Not my fault.
It fucking
Literally
was. Your fault.
What was in your backpack?
Snake
Snake
oil.
oil.
Nothing
Like-
but snake oil.
Snake
Like
oil.
2 foxes and a hamster. Something ridiculous like that.
Did
Anyway,
they just eat each other?
Oh god, I never thought of that.
probably.
Oh no.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Carry on.
So, you guys know that you have a journey ahead where you've been promised protection for the journey, and a very dangerous meeting with a very deadly entity, which is probably malevolent. So, if
Nah,
there's any
he's
last-
chill.
yeah, if there's any last-minute preparation you guys want to do,
Let's have a look.
now
at
would be your last chance.
Oh, Logan, what? I get a spell attuned with my loot, don't I? My new golden loot.
Are you able to attune an extra spell?
Or you? I thought that there was something behind my new golden loot.
It has a load of spells that it can cast, which is if you look at the actual magic item, Matt, in your journal,
My journal.
as in, you know, where all the magic items and your character sheet are. Under handouts.
Jesus Christ.
I believe in you. You can do it.
Oh, handouts. Yeah, found it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
All the potions and magic items are there.
Oh shit! Thank you. Thank you.
So that you can cast each of those spells once per day from the loot.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah,
What kind of spells are we talking here?
fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from good and evil, animal friendship, protection from energy, and protection from poison.
How long does that protection of good and evil last for again?
Like an hour? I'm not sure.
Right. Okay.
It'll
so
be
I
on the spell app.
would
Okay.
I would recommend before we actually go and meet him, you use that particular spell.
Okay.
He is
Zing,
an
zing,
evil
zing,
entity.
zing. There you go. What do you
Was that
think?
you?
Is that good enough?
Yeah, it was that the sound of you
Yeah.
playing the lute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't use it yet. Use it just before we go into the into see the
Oh, no, it's
Just
already
use it
used
now.
it.
Just run it out.
It's going to take us an hour to walk there, and then it'll run out.
Exactly, that's
No,
what
I'll just levitate my way there. I'm gonna waste... Is it one spell or is it each of those is once a day?
Each of those is once per day, I believe.
Holy shit, that's fucking good.
Yes, this is an incredibly powerful magic item, which can only be used by bards.
Wait, which item's this?
the
the
what
DOS
that loot he got.
Oh, right.
It
Shit.
lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, it's 10
Protection
minutes.
from good and
Okay.
evil.
It's not really that. Maybe.
Aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead all have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Out of curiosity, these items, when you're not attuned to them, can you still use them as standard weapons, or?
yes, but they won't have any of the magical properties. So your Moonlight Short Sword, for example, would just be a +1 short sword. It wouldn't shed light in darkness.
Okay.
So, has anyone got anything in particular they need to really do?
Mhm.
Because I'm
Oh, I
Okay.
might buy some. I might buy some potions, actually. Some health potions, because I've only got 2 just basic healing potions.
Oh,
Who
you don't have
noted
to-
down the potions that the wizard's daughter, whose name I've forgotten again, I have got it written down, gave to you?
That's
Albert.
I'm not sure.
She gave like 4 potions of healing.
Yeah, I've got 4 greater healing in my pocket.
I was gonna
She
say,
also had another potion, didn't she?
Yeah, she also gave you 2 potions of weakness, which are like splash potions.
I'm not sure.
I've got
'cause I
one potion of weakness.
Okay. Who took the other potion of weakness?
I've got a potion of invisibility. I don't know where
Uh,
that
No,
came
that's
from.
something you bought.
No potion of weakness. For some reason, I thought I
No,
might have.
don't.
Okay. Well, who wants it?
What does it do?
in exchange, instead of one of your attacks, you throw it at a target, and it gives advantage on the next attack
Back in a
against them.
second. Go back in a second.
So someone with multi-attack could benefit from it.
I'll take it. I'll just hold it for someone.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sarah's got 2 potions of weakness
Ooh.
then.
Item hoarder.
No.
So Matt, if you wanted to go
I'll be
to, okay, cool. In that case, Matt's not going to Gareth's glamorous goodies in order to get his potions. And, I think since we're down
How
to
much are greater healing potions?
the standard price is 50 gold before any negotiations.
Right. I thought I converted my platinum pieces to gold to make it easier, but
Well,
okay.
you got some more platinum pieces last session.
oh, okay, yeah, that'll be why. You know what? I'll add them on.
Just one second.
Alright, my apologies. I'm back.
I think Logan's just left.
Perfect timing.
I'll be back in a
50
second.
gold. Right. I might just buy the one.
Okay.
Like I was tempted to go, oh, I'll buy a couple, but can I get them for even cheaper than what I'm gonna?
Well,
barter, but-
does anyone else want greater healing potions? Or any
I
sort
need,
of
yes, I
potions?
need healing. I need healing
So-
potions.
yeah, I've got a couple of healing ones, but I want a greater healing one just for good measure.
Mhm.
Um,
So
yeah.
the standard price for healing potions is 25 gold. Standard price for greater healing is 50 gold. That's
Right.
before any negotiations.
So I'm gonna say to him, let me get my persuasion. Is it? Yeah.
It is, but you have to tell me what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. So I'm gonna say, good sir, we've been dealing with you quite a lot recently, and we think we like to only give our money to one dealership within the city and let them prosper, just to kind of give them an extra boost on their profits, and so they can stamp out competition quite well. But I'm wondering, since we've given you a lot of money, is there any chance that we can get a cheeky little discount on some of these items? I'm looking at some lovely greater healing potions.
Okay, make your persuasion check.
That was
Persuasion.
awful, Rob.
Oh, thank you. 27.
27. Cool.
Was it awful, Matt? Was
No,
it?
apparently not.
Cool. So, since this is like early in the morning, it's before Gareth starts working. So this is one of the shop assistants you're dealing with. Pardon me. Yeah, they will. I rolled a 2, so.
Oh, wow.
I'm not going to bother adding anything to that. They'll give you a discount. So greater healing potions we can push down to 35 gold, and standard potions you can push down to 18 gold.
Can I make it 30?
No.
Damn it. Okay, 35. Yeah, I'll take one.
Can I leap on that?
Yeah, does that count for everyone?
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll buy 4.
You're going to buy 4 greater healing potions?
Wow.
God
Actually,
diggity
let's buy
dang it.
3. Let's
Yeah,
buy
I was going to
3.
say,
All right.
I'll also
Bulk
take
orders
that.
coming in.
I'll also take the 3 for 33 at 35 each.
You're welcome, guys, but unlike Matt, I don't take commission.
Well, I've got to make my money somehow.
That's true.
asshole.
Can I take 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
I
want
mean,
to spend all your money.
any donations my way, welcome, you know.
Sorry,
what's-
I've just got
E-pieces?
I was
back.
raising money.
What are you
I
all
was raising
buying?
money for our Jeremy
Greater
stat.
healing potions.
Greater healing potions.
I think so.
I've
Hang
already
on.
got
How many
2.
are people buying? Matt's buying 3.
I'm buying 3.
Ott's buying 1.
One, yeah.
Dolly is buying 3. That's 7 already.
So how many do people
Risu
actually
is
have?
buying
Like,
another 3. That's 10. That's got to be
Wow.
like their entire stock.
So, like, again, can I emphasize the point? So, Again, we're buying a lot
You got
of.
your 27 on persuasion, Rob.
I'm just trying to get it down to 30 instead of 35. See if we get it.
How much are greater healing potions again? Normally 50, right?
50, yeah.
Rob, be glad that it's a 15 gold discount. That's a lot of money.
No, I'm just trying. You gotta
15
try.
gold per thingy. Like,
But we're buying a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
from them, though.
you
Rob,
bought
I just saved
all of the
45
great
gold.
healing
I feel
You're
happy
good.
with that.
Yeah.
What,
Worth a
would
shot.
Would it be worth trying to sell my platinum bars here, or is it worth going somewhere else?
Rather than doing like a whole shopping episode, we can just say that you go
Shopping
somewhere
episode
else and
2.
sell them if you want. So yeah, if you want to, you are able to exchange them for 200 gold each.
Yeah, and there's no chance of getting more.
If you want to like do a, find a way of persuading someone.
No, it's okay. I don't want to waste too much
Okay.
time. So I'll just sell, get 200
Cool.
each.
So that's 400 gold for you. Remember to mark off the money for the Ankheg armor.
Wait, did I take
that,
off
that,
the
that was
money?
already done.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say if she didn't do it, I probably didn't do it, but I think I did, so we're all good.
Okay. Cool. Does that set up everyone for your upcoming journey?
Yeah.
Awesome. So, with that, returning to Blotius outside the shop, you can ask him to lead you to where you'll be departing, and he brings you all the way to the north gate of the city, calls a cab for you again, where there is, in fact, a horse-drawn carriage, which previously, when you left the city, you did it with a crab-based means of transportation, which didn't end well.
Do they not trust us with crabs anymore, or is it?
I'm guessing that might be the case.
What about
No,
our bench?
Yeah, we're
no,
sorry.
yeah, did you mark off the money for your bench?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
sure. The
really
bench is
remember.
under construction in the Veiled Gardens. It'll be. It's not made yet. But to describe this carriage, because it's not just like it's not like any of the cabs you've been in where they've just been comfortable carriages. This is clearly something for transporting. But there is a large purple crystal seated on top of the carriage as well.
I asked what the crystal's about.
Okay. So, just to continue setting the scene for a moment, then I'll answer your question. Around the carriage are several, they're robed, but they're clearly wearing, uniforms that identify them as wizards in the employ of the king. Appear to be casting some sort of magic on the crystal. One of them looks over and says, "This is a loan from His Majesty. I will entreat you this crystal is worth much, much more than all of your lives combined, so I hope you will protect it, but for as long as it is charged with magic, which is what we're currently doing, it will help repel any of the worst monsters that we may come across on our journey."
Oh, okay.
There will likely still be creatures too weak to sense this crystal's energy, but that's why we have guards. And he motions over, and there are, two soldiers wearing full plate armor and carrying spears who are mounted up near the carriage.
What are they on? Horses or crab?
They're also on horses.
Okay.
I just grumble, how dare you value a rock more than our lives.
He either doesn't hear you or pretends he doesn't hear you.
Dick.
Does he hear that?
Yes, he still pretends he doesn't hear it. And you guys, I'm assuming, are ready to depart.
Just to try and scare them a bit, I'm like, I wonder how hard I can hit this thing. Climb up to it and then ready a punch.
One of the wizards reaches into his robe and says, "I really, really advise you don't do that."
Why?
I look over to him and say, "What, you hiding there, buddy?"
Something I'd rather not waste on you.
His penis.
Can I peek in?
He's-
Will he see me if I try and look?
His hand is in his robe, so unless you like walk up to him and shove your face into
Wait,
his
have
robe,
I got a good sleight of hand? Just 2 seconds. Skills.
you
It's got a
can
plus
try,
8.
It won't be easy.
I got a plus 8. I'm gonna try it anyway. 28. Not 20. Here you go.
Okay. I don't know how. Sure, you like reach into the back of his robes. What? Definitely someone else notices you walking up behind this guy doing this, but he is holding what appears to be a small like marble in his robe and is like ready to throw it.
Steal it.
No, he's holding it in his hand.
Steal his hand.
I don't care what you roll, it's not happening.
Oh, really? Okay. Even a nat 20.
Indiana
Fair enough.
Jones this out of his own hand that he's currently holding.
Yeah.
So,
Swap it for.
while I'm still looking at him, I remove my ready pose for a strike
Okay.
and just sit there on top of it.
Okay. He relaxes, looks around at Ottens. Why are you groping me?
I wanted to feel your jumper. It looked very nice. Coat or whatever it was.
It's robes.
Robe.
Yeah, it's essentially a coat.
Yeah. I wanted to feel your robes.
Please don't ever again.
I'm
Look, I'm
sat
just-
there hugging my loot, shushing it, and being like, "It'll be all over soon. It'll be all over soon." There's all this chaos is going on in the background.
I'm being paid a lot to escort you guys to the Deep Terror, and I don't think any amount of money will be enough if I factor in you guys.
I just laughed and say, "Yeah, that's about right."
No.
Anyway, I point towards away from the city. And I'm like, "Onwards, let's go!"
Okay. Eventually, Yolya climbs down off the carriage and...
Off the
The
carriage.
doors-
What are you on about? I'm staying up
Oh,
there.
he's sitting on top with the... Fine, sure. They ask you to climb down off it, but no one's going to force you to. The doors are opened for everyone else to climb inside. There's enough room for the whole party to go in. And one of the wizards, well, in fact, both of the two wizards who come with you sit up the front of the carriage. The one who's been speaking to you takes the reins, and the two guards set off ahead of you as the gates open in front of you. And previously, whenever you come in and out, it's been a case of they open the gates a crack to just let you out. This is like a royal retinue that is being allowed out, so the gates swing wide open. A crowd is drawn. You hear some people muttering to themselves, muttering amongst one another as they see you. There seems to be some people who recognize you as Fate Touched, and there's rumors that seem to be spreading about you, oh, I heard the king has been employing those people. They're some sort of mercenaries. And someone else oh yeah, I heard they were friends with the Silver Guardian. And some guy is really uppity and dismissive. It's they're just more strangers from the sky. Ignore them.
Can I fire an arrow at his feet?
This is just voices in the
Damn it.
crowd. And also, please don't fire into a crowd, Sarah.
It's not
Use
very-
a good use of your divinely gifted bow.
But I haven't shown it off yet.
Mhm. Bad time.
Okay.
And I'll cue up the next song. Cool. So unlike the last time that you guys are sent through the wilderness, this time you don't really have to worry about random encounters and traveling, because all of that is being handled for you by the crystal above you, which Yolya is riding along with for at least some of the journey, and by the guards ahead of you. There probably are a few small encounters with wildlife, the occasional zombie or like lesser fey creature that stumbles upon you. You are guided for a 2-day journey to the north, where you come upon until like the highway that leads out from the city, where it's all lit, eventually begins to peter out, fall into disrepair, and eventually you enter back into the darkness, which you have become unfortunately accustomed to.
Are we just going to go blind as soon as we hit the surface?
Possibly. You're starting to get real uncomfortably used to the dark. I mean, Erlan has lived on the surface before, but for the rest of you, this is kind of a new experience. Well, not as new now as it was a couple of weeks ago. But in total, it's a 5-day journey, and you sort of lose your sense of direction a little bit when you're not the ones navigating. But you know it's vaguely north. And you are taken care of. You are fed out of rationed food, which was given to you, well, which was bought with you in the carriage. And it's not super tasty. It's probably a little bit worse than you probably could have foraged yourselves. But at the end of the day, it keeps you all healthy and fed, and you don't have to at least worry about the getting lost or dealing with obstacles yourselves. Eventually, towards the end of your 5th day of travel, you begin to near your destination, and vegetation has always been a little bit weird down on the surface. I don't know if you remember, but basically everything is ghostly pale and white down here on the surface because of the lack of sunlight. But even these, like the local fauna and flora, which was normally lacking in chlorophyll and ghostly pale, begins to just become rotting vegetation ahead of you. And it's a gradual change as leaves become more dark, until eventually ahead of you, instead of grass, is more of a rotten sludge. And you are warned by the wizard who is driving for you, who, like, I'm going to assume by now you guys have, like, got his name. But his name is Octavio, and he warns you that your meeting is going to be soon, and no matter what, absolutely under no circumstances are you to touch the water.
Why?
I know everyone wants to now he said that.
Yeah.
I was going to say that was probably the worst thing you could have said
Yeah.
anyway, but go on,
He
explain
doesn't know
why.
what we're like.
Everyone, if we spend enough money, if I pay for it, would you guys push Rob into it?
He sort of just waits for a moment. I think by now, like, having traveled with you for 5 days, he's used to your immediate jokes and says, no one really knows the true nature of the Deep Terror, but
We're about to find out.
it changes any liquid it comes into contact with. And if you come into contact with any liquid that has been in contact with the Deep Terror, you will be immediately susceptible to its powers. And it will begin to transform you into something awful.
Wait, if he turns you into some liquid, or what is it? What did he say?
He hasn't really specified what you will transform into, but that the water that is in contact with the deep terror will begin to transform you.
We like to swim with Robert because
right.
Robert is our mate, and when we swim
And
with
that
Robert,
you will be susceptible to the deep terror's powers if you touch the water.
So,
He will also warn you that the deep terror has mastery over incredible mental magic and will absolutely try to control your minds. There's no getting around that. That
Would
is
we have to
something
roll
that you
to
resist.
yeah.
probably there's a high chance that's going to be a thing.
Yeah.
no need to think about it. God.
So, one thing I'm curious about is, where is the Silver Guardian?
You're not quite at where the deep terror resides yet, but you haven't seen any sign of the Silver Guardian yet. Have you been, I'm guessing, like keeping your eyes and ears out for her? Do you want to make a perception check?
Yeah, I'll make a perception check on that. See if I roll well enough. Nah,
With
not
advantage because it's based on hearing.
Ah, yes. Ended.
Not better.
Are you fucking kidding me? What are these rolls?
Yeah. It's too dark, and any sounds that you do hear might
It's
just
too
be
dark to hear.
local wildlife. You just have no idea what anything is. So it's too dark to see, and anything you do hear could be like local wildlife or a zombie just off the road. You don't know. There is still a path that you are following, but it is battered and hasn't been used in a very long time. As you begin to approach what you believe to be sort of evening time, probably as you've gotten deep, like fairly deep into the evening, it's probably like 8 p.m. or something by now, at least according to your body clocks.
I was about to ask that.
Yeah, there's no knowing what time it really is, but it feels like about 8 p.m. You like all the vegetation that was dead and rotten begins to become like less and less dense until eventually you come out into an enormous clearing, and probably a couple of 100 feet deep into this enormous clearing sits a lake, and the carriage stops at the edge of the clearing, and Octavio is the king. Octavio looks into the carriage and says, "That's the lake where you'll meet the deep terror. I've already warned you about what there is to worry about not touching the water and not letting it get into your heads. When you're ready, we will approach it." And you don't even need an insight check to like see that he's visibly afraid.
Is there anything anyone has that can help overall in terms of like being able to block a lot of it? Because it's obviously going to try and mind control us. It's going to try and break through our mind control. Is there anything that we can, anyone can do that would help in this situation?
Protection from good and evil?
No, because that's obviously an attack.
Actually,
Will it?
Matt, do you want to pull up the spell app and
Yeah,
see
of
what it
course.
actually does? But I'll read it for now. Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead. The protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. They cannot be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And if they are already charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature, they have advantage on any new save to resist the effect.
So it would be good.
It would
Because obviously
protect
it's going to try
one person for 10 minutes.
and... So basically, we'd want that one person to be the main contact between the group and everyone else. That would be or one person to try and help. And we only have one charge of that, though, don't we?
Yep.
1 second. No, Nathan's just asked if I want to play some Risk of Rain.
Yes.
We play. Let me just reply to him on that.
Nah, fuck, let's play Risk of Rain, guys.
Yeah, we can stream it.
It's a better game. Screw D&D.
I've already replied D&D at the moment.
Yeah.
Well,
I just
you know.
he didn't send me a message, so I just sent him one saying, "No, I don't. F you."
Doesn't even like Rob.
He's going to be more confused.
He said,
though, like,
"Did I ask, bitch?"
Anyway.
Sorry, carry on.
So yeah, that main person's that one. So who would we want? Because we've only got that one spell, right? That's you can only cast that once per day, right?
Yes.
So only one person can be affected by the spell for 10 minutes. Do we like pull sticks to see who's going to be the one who's going to be the one
Face.
to?
Doesn't it have to be? No. Can it be anyone then?
Yeah, because he can touch whoever. He can either Matt can either cast it on himself,
Yeah.
or just cast it on anyone he touches.
Ah, okay.
But it's only one person is affected by it for 10 minutes, and he can only do that once.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm saying is, we draw
Whether there's
sticks.
any other measures you want to do as well, it's up to you.
Have we got any other messages? Is the question.
Right.
I mean, I can't help with anything in particular. Like, I don't have.
Rob, you were gonna
I
start
take it
something.
my potion of hill giant strength won't actually do anything to resist that. Then
No, it makes you stronger.
just makes me big and strong.
Give you muscle.
The only other thing I can do is I can basically just get rid of either a charm or frightened effect on myself.
Mhm.
So that's the only thing I can do, and I can do that once per action. It's like I can use my action to do that once per turn.
Okay.
So
So you're
every 6 seconds, technically.
Yeah.
So I'm partially protected by it in the sense that
Mhm.
as long as
You
it's a charm or frightened, I'll be fine. If it's a
you
possession,
can
I'll be
resist
fucked.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would we do if we chucked the crystal in?
We'd probably get killed by the goddamn guards.
Yeah.
Or we put it down in a rope?
Octavio says this isn't. All right, even if I was willing to let you guys do that, which I'm not, it would not affect this creature at all.
Yeah. I was going to say I doubt it has much of a thing. But
It's powerful. It's not that powerful.
So what are we trying to do with it? Just literally not.
we're
fall
here
in?
to try and get some answers on stuff on various things. It's one of the oldest entities on the planet.
Yeah.
So it will have massive knowledge. It's basically a Cthulhu-esque monster.
Oh yeah, I remember Big Cthulhu Man.
Yeah, it's basically that. So it's going to have vast knowledge of the entire world, way more than what our dragon friend was going to have. And
So we're gonna
speaking
wanna-
of our dragon friend, where is she?
Do you want to make another perception check?
Goddamn right I do. Fuck me. Are you kidding me? What are these rolls?
You've got nothing, dude.
Someone else want to attempt to roll and see if they can.
I
see
think
if
my
she's here.
negative
No,
2 will
it's
still be
all
better
you,
than your rolls.
frustrated and shouting, "Where the hell is the Silver Guardian?"
Yeah.
What
Oh god, where the hell is
What
the
are
Silver
these
Guardian?
rolls?
Should we all shout, "Where the hell is the Silver Guardian"?
Okay. 1 second. Yeah.
It's like pantomime.
Why don't you do it, Rob? Because your last 2 rolls are both massive.
Yeah, and I got a
Well,
minus 2 on
16 and
perception.
20.
Enjoy my
Yeah, but you
minus 2
probably
on
roll like an 18, and therefore you'll be fine.
perception. There he is.
Or not. Why are all
Oof.
our rolls like like below 10.
So, with you guys all shouting, "Where the hell are the Silver Guardian?" There is a distant roar above you.
Yeah.
I'm like, there she is. Oh,
Well, we did find out that the Silver Guardian was there, so you know,
yeah.
technically was successful.
I was like, well, there she is.
What are you
Well-
going to say, Sarah?
Nothing. I was going to say I could try.
We're good.
What would be the?
What's up, Matt?
Who's got the highest charisma? Who's got the highest charisma?
Almost certainly you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you would. I've got a 12.
If you actually look at my score on my character sheet, it's just 1.
What?
Nah, that happened. Well, should I
Why
give
does
it
the
myself?
bard only
Could I
have a +1 mod?
The
fuck are
yeah,
you
I don't know.
doing?
It's just really odd, isn't it?
Yeah, you have a charisma of 20. There's a few people who are good at charisma.
I'm fairly
Hyarkin
good.
has a decent one. Art has a decent charisma mod.
What are you thinking?
Well, we're gonna want to get as many answers as quickly as we can.
So you thinking we should try and do like persuasions and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Wouldn't that
Yeah.
still be you anyway? Don't you get like a +11 to a persuasion?
Yeah, exactly. So it'd just be me. But to be fair, I can fly out as well. So it would. I don't
Like,
want to do
I
it, but it would
can-
make sense.
I can obviously.
Octavio speaks up and says, "Well, we were planning on bringing the cart over so everyone would,
Yeah, let's do
you
that.
know, go there because I assumed that, you know, we weren't just going to leave one guy to go and die potentially on their own, but that you guys are probably the ones who are better for speaking to the ancient eldritch terror than I am. So it's your plan that we'll go with. If you want to just send
No.
one person
No.
ahead,
No.
Okay, let's do an entire group. It was
Yeah,
more
let's do
like
it
get
as
one
an entire
person
group.
to be the main voice, but obviously I'll probably
So,
just
are
try
we
to affect
just
everyone
gonna
anyway.
have like one designated driver who's the guy that's immune to everyone, while everyone else can possibly go crazy?
potentially. That's
Well-
what Octavio's plan was. It's up to you guys whether you follow that stupid plan.
You say stupid, but at least we can try and prevent that one person from doing something stupid, like, you know, walking into the pond.
Mhm.
Like I said, as long as it's a charm or fright and he's trying to do.
Would
right,
Lehman's
it'd be
tiny
cool.
hut do anything?
No,
Takes a pretty long time to cast, I believe.
1 minute, yeah.
Could my new arrows dispel anything by any chance? The light arrow.
Your Fate String bow,
Yeah.
the ability that's granted by it, is basically the same as your Flame String bow, but you are able to once per day turn any attack roll into a natural 20.
Ah, okay.
Well,
It's in your journal if you want to check what it does.
if he doesn't know if someone's there or not, then surely, unless can he see through?
Octavio is
I
like
think he's got
yeah.
a psychic.
definitely knows that we're here by now.
yeah.
I mean, the crystal is pretty detectable,
I
even
think he's
if
shouting
you
a lot.
have eyes on
Yeah.
us. Or
Yeah.
So
Good
I
point.
think at this point you just cast that spell on. Oh no, your fucking self, and we just go in and attempt to see what happens.
Okay.
I think realistically, there's not much we can do in terms. There's not a lot of things we can do in terms of it. It's not like we can cast a sanctuary spell or
No.
anything that'll help, like in terms of all sorts of different protections and things. We haven't really got those kind of things. I'm not sure unless Nick's got anything in his spell book that allows him to like cast things that help protect us. But I'm pretty certain that's usually a cleric or paladin thing more than anything. Where it's
Yeah.
all, like,
it's
protection
normally a
and stuff.
holy magic thing.
Yeah.
But there's lots
Sorry,
of
I was
spells.
muted. The closest thing I've got is shield, but I think that's only for one person.
Yeah.
It just helps defend against an attack.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
increases your armor
that's-
class for a turn.
Yeah, that's all I've got really that could help.
Yeah.
Well, at least you might as well cast it anyway. Then if I cast it on
It's something that shield you can cast as a reaction, so you don't even need to do it on your turn. It's
Yeah.
like if
Yeah.
something is going to hit you, you can cast it.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you just cast that on yourself, and we'll just hope for the best.
Yeah.
If anything, hopefully, you and hopefully me will just be able to like resist any kind of mental attack, and we'll just slap the others every time they
Silly, yeah.
Just
every time they something happens to them, like where they lose their mind or something like that. We just slap them.
electric
So,
nipple
again-
twist them.
But what if you're the one who's gone crazy?
Electric Nicholas himself.
Then I'll just be doing it for fun. Then I'll be like dancing around.
You'll be there doing it to yourself, going, "Oh yeah!" like the note of South Park. Oh yeah! Oh, my nipples.
Damn.
Anyway,
Right, have some respect. It's a
Yes,
fucking
moving on.
1,000-year-old fucking demon. Have some respect, okay?
Nah.
Oh, okay.
it will not have respect to us. So, do we really need to give it respect?
I mean, yeah, to be fair, it is quite literally going to try and fucking take over our minds.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys all ready?
No.
So what was it
Kind
to
of.
kind of... so if you're in the liquid... yeah, I'll wait till we come to it. Never mind. Sorry.
No, go right ahead.
No, I was just wondering if we're in the liquid and he does his shindig.
If we're in the liquid, we're fucked anyway. So good luck.
Don't go in the liquid.
Don't go in the
Yeah,
liquid.
don't go in the liquid.
I think if the liquid's on us and then we touch something else, then we get transformed or something, or our minds get.
You were told do not touch the water under any
So
circumstance.
if I were to take Potion of Gaseous Form, that means I can float around the place. Would I be touching the water?
That's a very good point, actually.
No, it wouldn't, but I will warn you because you'll be aware of what your own items do. You can't talk while you're a cloud. And you can't disable that potion early, so you
I
would
think
just be
1
Can we,
hour of just
flying around.
floating. Okay, sure.
Can he talk using telepathy or something
Like a message.
Yes, if someone could telepathy.
to the cloud?
Surely like a message.
It has verbal and somatic components. You wouldn't be able to speak, so you couldn't do the verbal components.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I thought message was like pretty invulnerable to being gagged or anything.
No, it can't be overheard because it's technically telepathic, but you still have to say the words.
Right.
It's just silent to anyone trying to listen in.
Wait, so if you're saying the words, then surely someone can lip read you and go, "Oh wait, what's he going
Yeah,
to
if
say?"
they-
Not if
If
you're
they
a
can
cloud.
read your lips, yes.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting twist on that. Fair enough. Okay.
Shall we just get on with it?
Yeah,
We've
go
got
on.
Yeah.
at this point.
I was going to say, we do a good job at just chatting about all the stupid options.
Okay. Well,
Just
that's
being
it.
thorough.
So, with you guys all cautiously aware of what might happen to you, the cart begins to slowly move again, trundling along this. It's not even a battered path anymore. It's more just like scores in the barren earth leading up towards the water. Above your heads, you hear a sound of wings beating, and it takes you a moment to notice that this water seems to have, like, for you to be able to see it from such a distance, there must be some sort of light coming from this water, even if it's just a faint glow. But at the water's edge, you see an enormous form thunder down from the skies and land at the edge of the Silver Guardian in her draconic form. And she sits waiting for you. For a moment, the water seems to ripple and rise, and then it settles down again.
Good, I was worried she was going to splash us.
You
Maybe if we upset her.
as you come closer to the water's edge, you begin to see what look like they look a hell of a lot like drowned corpses along the side of the road, sort of translucent skin and bloated, long since dead. They just line the side of the road to make it a much less pleasant journey than it already was, as eventually you come to the edge of this lake, and I should sort of at least describe this lake a little bit. It does not look natural at all. As you come close to it, you can see it almost looks like a man-made pond or something. There's these stone slabs around the edge of it, and it's a perfect circle, probably about 50 feet in diameter. And as you all disembark from the carriage, you hear, coming from somewhere deep in this pond, but not muffled at all, reverberating voice say, "Why has my enemy come to my domain?" And I would like all of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fucking Christ.
I'm assuming Erlan has already cast the spell on
Yeah,
himself,
yeah.
so he doesn't have to.
Wisdom
Oh,
saving
God, minus
throw.
2 on wisdom.
3.
Yeah, minus 2. 3.
13. God, that's really bad.
Okay. Erlan doesn't need to make the saving throw anyway,
Oh,
so he's okay.
Uh,
Everyone else failed.
that's right.
You are all compelled to walk towards the water.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Since
What kind? You said
since
what kind of thing is this? Is this a charm or is it a what?
this is considered a charm effect.
Can I reverse? Can I get rid of that then instantly?
In a moment,
Sarah Lucky. Sarah Lucky.
Yeah, lucky.
in a moment you can. Since Hyakin was the first to make his saving throw,
Oh,
he's
great.
probably the first to fail it, and steps forward first. At that point, the Silver Guardian's tail immediately whips out and knocks Hyakin on his axe.
Oh no, he
Uh,
snapped his neck. It was too powerful.
Doesn't do any
I'm
damage, but it does. And she pins you to the ground. You are unable to move move anywhere,
Oh,
as
no.
you're pinned under this enormous tail. Erlan is already safe from the charm effect. Yolya, you are able to. Is it stillness of mind? Or
Yes.
something, the ability? Yeah. You're able to take a second and clear your head, and you realize that this is a suggestion which has been planted in me. I don't need to do this, and your
Yeah.
feet stop a few meters away from the edge of the pool. Risu, you are walking towards the edge of the pool.
I'll try a lucky.
Okay, reroll. That's enough.
Wait,
Oh
You
my God.
big brain.
again, you much like Yolya, take a moment to just clear your mind and try and think for yourself and wade through your own muddled thoughts before you realize that your feet have been carrying you towards the edge of the water, and you are stood next to Yolya at the edge of this pool. There are 2 splashes as the guards who were with you, not the wizards, both walk and fall straight into the water. Bubbles rise and no bodies rise.
In that time when I realise we're next to each other, I grab Risu and basically hop backwards about 40 feet.
Yoink.
I'm like, no, and
Okay.
kind of just jump backwards, nah.
A moment passes in silence as the effect wears off on Hyakin, and your senses return to you. You find yourself pinned to the ground by Francisca. And
Whoa.
Wait, this is what I've been dreaming of.
This is the wrong fucking tiefling getting pinned.
she lifts her tail and allows you to stand up. And a moment later, a hand breaks the surface of the water, and one of the guards pulls himself out of the water. Or you assume he used to be one of the guards, because He very much does not look like a living person anymore. He looks like one of the bloated corpses that you saw along the side of the path, only wearing this guard's armor.
Oh, damn.
Is he a zombie?
He's worse.
Oh.
He speaks in the voice of the Deep Terror and again asks,
Blah, 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 blah.
"Why have my enemy come to my domain?"
I'm going to pull out a glass, and I'm going to open a bottle up, and I'm going to pour it, and I'm going to hand it over and say, "Well, that is a very good question, isn't it?"
You're gonna
Who are you
hand it to
handing-
the
Are you stupid?
zombie.
No, I'll you know what? I'll sit down and I'll like push it across the floor.
Okay. The zombie looks down at the glass, and you can tell that there is plenty of intelligence to this creature. It understands what the gesture was supposed to be, but it makes no move to drink.
I was
Well,
like, well, you're trying to be civil with it, didn't help.
yeah, I was going to say. I'm going to
Worth a
sit and
shot.
I'm going to say, well, and I'm going to take a big glug from the bottle.
Mhm.
We need some questions answered, and you're probably
What-
the only person who knows them.
I
Enemies
actually
are
point. I
strong
actually,
word.
I actually stop and say, "Who do you class as your enemy?" That's the
There
first
is a moment of consideration before the answer comes, and again the voice emitting from this bloated corpse says, "You are fate-touched, servants of the gods, my enemies."
Wait, so we're all good except Matt? Oh, sorry, all bad except Matt.
Yeah. No, I mean, what do you mean?
Well, not that I know that, but
What do you mean?
I mean,
I'm
like-
fate-touched.
Stop 4-4 breaking, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I'm.
The two guards who just died definitely weren't fate-touched. This creature doesn't seem to be making that much distinction.
I mean, we're fate touched, but
It doesn't matter. To it, really.
Erlan, I can confirm that Goddess does not see Erlan as one of us. Hint, hint.
Wow. One of
Guys.
us.
wait,
Us and
what
them.
did
I
I
think
just
I
say?
did.
What did I just say? Is he?
That's an extreme racism.
This is
right
news to you, Erlan.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm fate touched.
That's news to Ott as well,
Mm-hmm.
because Ott
Yeah,
didn't
the
know
only
that.
person you'd confided with that in was Yolya.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, why would you
Uh.
actually say that out loud in front of everyone?
I was trying.
She's trying to get him
it.
to speak to him because he's the only one that he
Yes.
would trust. So that makes
Mhm.
sense, doesn't it?
That's exactly. Someone knew what I was trying to do, but then you know what? You guys just screwed it up.
The
I'm going to take psychic
Boy-
damage. I'm just giving it to myself.
not yet. The voice speaks.
He
in
stopped you from
reply
hurting yourself.
and says, "Whether you are all fate touched or not, you have come with fate touched."
So with the
On
fate touch
behalf
leave,
We
of
mean no harm.
us.
We come
And
in
he speaks
peace.
with this really weird cadence as well. Like, it's not a natural speech pattern, and it certainly doesn't sound like it's being spoken by a human mouth.
Well, either way, we're here to find out some answers in regards to this world.
You wish a favor from me.
Yes, in a sense.
And what would you be willing to give in exchange?
everyone stares over
I
at
just,
Ott.
I just kind of, sit,
no.
I just kind of stare and look at it for a second. Go, shit, we didn't think of that.
With you all looking at Ott, it says, "The service of a fate touched would be valuable."
I'm going to charm him and say, what about
Good luck with that.
No.
what about just Rob in general?
Who's
Are
wrong?
you offering Ott?
Yes, let's go, boys.
No.
Finally.
Why? Am I still walking
stop.
towards the water?
I interject and say, no, we're not offering one of our allies.
Oh Jesus, you failed the wisdom save as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
Rob's dead.
I'm not gonna retcon and say, oh, it's dead. It's fine.
Because you didn't
we'll go
say what
past.
was happening with me, and I was wondering
Yeah,
kind
I
of what was.
forgot.
That was
That's
a
all
lucky save there.
It's fine.
Yeah.
You got saved.
I got
Lucky
saved. Yeah. I was alive. For now.
Octavio grabbed you. Yeah, so what are you guys willing to offer? You get the sense, even without having to make insight checks, when he says the service of a fate touch, he doesn't mean do me a favor. He means give me Ott.
Can I try and charm him? Can I negotiate?
I could.
Yeah,
I could.
you can negotiate. Like, this isn't like an ultimatum. This is, you said, can we give you Ott? And he said yes.
Wait, who said, can we give you Ott? Because I don't
You
remember.
were you all looked at Ott.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, look it up.
Read
That
the
was
room.
just mad trying to make
Hold
a
on.
joke.
I've got an idea. I could use detect thoughts and see if I can figure out if there was anything else that he would accept,
Do we to persuasion check him?
or persuasion check. Yeah.
First of all, what does detect thoughts do?
So it says you can read the thoughts of certain creatures. You can cast the spell as an action until the turn ends. Focus your mind on any creature within 30 feet. If the
Okay.
creature has intelligence of 3 or lower, or the creature doesn't speak, the creature's unaffected.
Okay.
That's all it says.
Other than like your party and your friends, the only creature within 30 feet of you is this bloated corpse. That's the only other valid target. Would you like to try and use detect thoughts on it?
What does anyone else think? Would it be useful?
I have no idea.
What level
don't
spell
know.
is it?
'Cause I think it's just using it as a puppet more than anything.
Yeah, probably. It's a level 2 spell.
How many spell slots do you have?
Let me see.
So
I've
You
got
should be
3.
fine.
I've got 3, so I can use it. Should we do that and see if it helps, or is it a waste?
Sure. You
could
could try.
it. Yeah. Why not? But I don't
Yeah,
think
let's
it'll
try
work.
it. Let's try it. See if he's thinking.
How far
anything
away
then.
is it, roughly?
Within 30 feet, the
Within
only
30 feet.
creature you can affect is this.
I don't think it's going to
Bloated
work. I don't think it's
corpse.
worth it. Even though you will
You
have.
couldn't
like,
reach
2 more
out to the
slots.
deep terror itself.
Yeah,
It's too deep.
Unless you want to know what that slimy creature in the water is thinking.
it's probably just thinking blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Do you want to try doing it?
Oh, go on
I
then.
won't-
I've got 3 spells.
I won't bother.
Go on.
Okay,
I'll
fine.
go.
I've done it. Let's see what
Okay.
it's thinking. Blah
Make a
blah blah.
wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Have I done? 14.
Let's start rolling some d10s.
Oh, we forgot about the Wild Magic Surge as well.
Oh yeah, roll your d20 for your
oh
wild
no.
magic surge. On a 5 or lower, it's a surge.
A D.
But in the meantime, you take 22 points of psychic damage.
God
Oh.
damn.
Oh, damn.
I know what, a D20.
Yeah, just roll a d20 to see if you get a surge. Yeah, you don't. You keep control over your magic. You take 20 points of psychic damage as you hear
Ouch.
thousands of voices, which are all apparently this creature's surface level thoughts, all speaking in unison. It's nigh impossible to glean any information from this creature.
Can I make
At
anything
least
out?
It would be, well, you can attempt to.
No,
but
I'm going to get
you'll
more
be
psychic
risking
damage.
taking more damage if you fail the save.
No, I just turn to everyone like, no, there's nothing, there's nothing here, and I just fall to the floor again in pain.
Mm-hmm. Like, Hyakin's nose is bleeding.
Oh, it's just like oh,
I know what you mean. That girl from Stranger Things.
Stranger Things, yeah.
Uh-huh.
11, is it?
11,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, what are you guys planning on doing? What are you planning on saying? The ball's in your court.
What would I do? What would happen if I did Zone of Truth?
First of all, anything within the radius makes a wisdom saving throw, I believe.
How far away exactly is it? Because could I put a
More
mushroom
than
on the
30
end of
feet.
mushroom on the end of a
Okay,
arrow?
you cannot see the deep terror. It is
Oh.
somewhere
Yeah.
deep in that lake. You are talking to a bloated corpse which is stood on the edge of the lake, which it is using as a proxy.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you want to be stupid and look into the lake, that's on you.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
But you'll have to walk up to the edge of it.
Yeah, walk a little closer. Go on,
Sure, go for
No,
it.
no, I'm not doing it. Go on, Erlan.
Erlan is probably the closest to the edge, sat on the floor
Squint
still.
your eyes. Do you see anything? Yeah, we're not going to do that.
I'll ask him if he wants any serve. I'll be like, surely a big man like yourself would want some other services rendered, possibly. Maybe not the lives of one of my compatriots.
You offer a favor. There are a number of ways I could use you. It depends on what it is you need from me.
Knowledge.
What knowledge do you need from me?
What should I ask? What do you think would be the...
Make it day again.
Anyone? Because I have no clue what we're meant to be asking him.
We're trying to find out what exactly is why there's all these, why the world's shattered like it is,
Yeah.
as well as of various things like who this demon is and why it's trying to enter, or whatever the hell this being that's trying to enter a thing. And just other questions to do with what's happening and how we can prevent it.
Yeah, I'll just repeat everything.
I was going to say basically
Alex
what Alex said.
Yeah.
There's a silver guardian got a notebook ready.
Not in this form.
What do you mean?
She's got-
She
she's
carries
got-
like a giant one, yeah.
She's got a giant boulder, just like clawing in info.
Scratching a rock
So, as you like regurgitate this, the deep terror responds with, "You seek information on Zernas and the Calamity."
That's
I
correct.
That's the vampire.
have information. Zernas is the thing that's trying to invade the world currently.
Okay.
I have information which you may find useful.
See, I'd give you a handshake, but you're bloated and covered in the water, which makes me go fucking insane. Yeah.
There's a brief moment where you're sure your mind is like, protected from intrusion by any creatures, but you swear you hear like a chuckle in the back of your mind.
Oh, fuck.
He likes
Fuck
that one.
off!
And then you suddenly feel very cold, and then you return to normal. And
Do any of us notice that? Like,
that's all in Erlan's mind. He seems to like get goosebumps, but that's probably not that unusual given the situation.
lay off the drink.
And the corpse takes a moment to ponder and says, "It seems there are many questions you do not know that you do not know."
You're not wrong about that, buddy.
That defines us.
Would you allow me access to your memories?
Not mine,
Ooh,
I've
that's
already
actually
had
really
psychic
Yeah, I
damage.
don't trust him with my brain.
You've got the protection of good and evil, right?
Yeah.
So
If
But how long is he
you
going to be in
do-
there, though? And what's the catch?
Forever.
Yeah, I was going to say, is he just going to be in there for like 2 minutes, or is he going to be in there for like more than that, in
You're
which
his
then I'll be
minion after it.
yeah,
You-
basically.
I'm guessing you ask him
Yeah.
Yeah.
more details about this.
Yeah.
It will be a temporary intrusion. I will read your memories. And in exchange, there is more information I could give.
Oh my god, I just realized what he sounds like. He sounds like the sloth from Zootopia.
Utopia.
Oh yeah.
Not
Yeah.
the right image, Sarah.
No.
I'll say, yeah, hit me.
Okay. You lower your guard and allow this creature into your mind. You black out. The rest of you, Erlan, well, you're all stood behind Erlan, so you can't see his face, but he goes completely still. Erlan, you have absolutely no knowledge of the next few minutes. But Erlan does not make any moves, and there is complete silence. And after a few minutes, Erlan, you return to consciousness, like suddenly snap to it, and just like spit out a mouthful of like briny water down yourself.
Oh.
It doesn't appear to have any of whatever the effects you were warned about were, but you realize you haven't been breathing for the last few minutes, and you take a moment to catch your breath.
And I'm gonna splutter and I'm gonna say, you, you really got the soft touch, haven't you?
Blech.
Again, you hear a brief chuckle in the back of your mind.
Right. Was that useful? I'm gonna wipe my mouth with disgusting water and shite.
There is one other thing. Perhaps a gift I should grant to you. And another hand reaches out of the water as the second guard pulls himself out. Again, a translucent, bloated corpse holding an inconspicuous rock, which he holds out for you.
Oh.
I guess, seeing as I just chucked up the fucking water everywhere, I might as well just take it out of his hand.
Okay. It's the water of the lake isn't. When you've got this close and looked at it, you've sort of got a better idea of it. It doesn't even look like water anymore. It looks more like a sludge, like a translucent slime,
Yeah.
which
okay.
isn't the same as like the briny water you just vomited.
Okay.
But yeah, you reach out and gingerly take this rock, and you, being a bard who has some sort of attunement to magic yourself, instantly know that this is some sort of magic rock. It's pretty powerful, not like it's going to cast any sort of world-changing spell, but there is certainly something about this rock. And the Deep Terror speaks up and says, "Then you may ask your questions."
And I'm gonna click my finger over at Yolya and go ahead.
You want me to do what now?
What he's asking for our questions now.
Oh, questions. Same as what we said before. Come on, go with the picture.
Okay. So, I mean, like, you have to give me this in sort of words that I can
Oh, okay.
answer as
I'll
a
be
person.
sorry, I'll be a second.
Okay, yeah. So,
Otherwise, this is just going to be another, like, hour of Logan exposition.
can't we have that? It's fun.
We have to
It's
split that
less
hour
fun.
into chunks with you
Okay.
asking in between.
So we'd like to find out how Zanas why Zanas is attempting to enter this realm.
Okay. Again, he takes a moment to consider exactly what he wants you to know before telling you. And you get the idea that he probably knows more than he is telling, which is not probably very surprising. But he tells you that Zernas is... I'm trying to think of the exact words he would use. Hang on. All right. This creature, Zernas, it shares a similar origin to my people. Before we came here from the far realm, Zernas was distant. He has an unnatural thirst for knowledge. It is integral to his being. Once this realm was brought to his attention during the previous calamity, he could not resist its draw.
Oh. So he's. So what you're saying is he's coming here to seek the knowledge of it.
Zernas must see and know everything, or he cannot exist.
So if we tell him he knows nothing,
Jon Snow.
if we knows nothing, Jon Snow, does that mean he doesn't exist?
Were it so simple.
Damn, you almost got him.
But what happens when he knows everything?
Yeah, once you know everything, there's nothing else to know. Therefore, surely you
Is
can't
that just
think.
he's eternal?
Maybe he served his purpose?
Zernas is not a creature limited as you are by mortality.
But he is if he runs out of knowledge.
Perhaps I have been unclear.
Perhaps it is time for rewrites.
No,
Back
No,
to the
all right.
drawing board.
let's step out of character.
Maybe
What
we
he's-
should start this next
What he is
Sunday.
saying to you is not Zernas has to keep learning in order to live, but he has to know everything. It's a compulsion for him.
He's OCD.
It's something that is integral to his being, and I don't think the universe is vast enough that he's probably never come across a situation where he has run out of things to
Oh my
learn.
God.
So
But
what
when
he
he
kept
found out,
telling him...
hey, here is give me a moment.
Sure.
When he found out, hey, here is a whole world which is completely alien to your own with nigh infinite things to learn, he was just unable to resist coming and seeing it all.
Why
Wait
is
until he
trying
finds
to
out about
destroy it?
Wikipedia.
Okay, are you going to ask why would he destroy it?
Yeah. Yeah, please.
Okay. The origin of Zernas is entirely alien to your world. Unlike my kind, he is not willing to sacrifice his alien nature in order to come here. You could say he is incompatible, and that he will force this world to become compatible with him.
Dead Space.
Yeah. Just trying to think what else.
How do we stop him from?
Yeah, does he know of a means to prevent him from entering?
Probably doesn't want to tell us.
You've given him some quite valuable things in exchange for this information.
Wait, what have we given him? Not me,
Erland's
is it?
virginity.
Yeah, pretty much.
What have you given him, indeed?
Okay, Mom, let's carry on.
So, he says, how would he say this? Okay. Zernas cannot so easily come to this world, even as frayed as its barriers were by the first calamity. He must be invited.
Who's
If
inviting him?
Zernas has amassed followers within this world. It seems you have already met some of their kind.
Vampire men.
In fact, the water ripples and a sort of sheet of the water rises, and on the other side of this sheet you can sort of see like a distorted reflection of those cultists with extra eyes who turned into eyeball monsters when they were defeated
Oh.
from Duskwatch. And he says, they are not yet powerful enough to summon their patron, but they steadily grow closer to their objective in Nexus.
So Nexus is definitely the last place we need to go to stop these people and stop him from getting in. So next question is more on the calamity and how much exactly happened, what exactly caused the calamity, if he remembers. Should do.
This time you hear a chuckle in the back of your mind. Like, this is information that he was very eager to give. And there's almost this he speaks in this incredibly monotone way, but just for a moment you can hear like the faintest hint of satisfaction in his voice as he says, the foolish gods were betrayed by their followers. The Colossi turned away from Mithras, the so-called goddess of magic. They sought power from the far realm, and in doing so, invited something terrible.
Wait, something terrible?
This was the origin of the first calamity.
Yeah,
was this
origin
from?
story.
What was this first something terrible?
It was a creature called Farazdoon.
Whoa.
You should consider yourselves lucky that it is chained now.
Wait, chained? Where is chained? Where?
Allow me to continue my wonderful tale. And he elaborates. The calamity was an invasion by Farazdoon and his followers. Creatures not unlike myself and Zernas from the far realm. Like Zernas, they would not shed their alien nature, and so the world became corrupted. The Colossi attempted to resist them and for this, they were almost entirely annihilated. Eventually, they became desperate enough to return to their once abandoned patron. They called upon Mithra, the goddess of magic, and using spells which are now impossible, summoned her into this world. And then again, you see on the other side of this screen of water your conversation with Francisca when she told you about her mother's recollection of the calamity and of seeing Mithra fighting in the air with whatever this alien creature was.
Oh.
The fight extended for weeks before eventually Mithra's energy was almost entirely spent. Using the last of her power, she merged with the king of the Colossi. Mithra was no more, but the new being that was born, that you now know as Mithras, was able to seal Farazdoon deep in the astral sea, which Hyarkin, you would know, is one of the other planes of existence. It's sort of known as the realm of ghosts. And I'm getting an echo through Discord, which is a bit weird.
I think it's Sarah's. I
Mine?
just checked. I think look, it might be.
I'm not getting anything.
Okay,
It's
fine.
faint, but yeah, it's alright.
It's fine. Farazdoon's followers persisted for a time, but they were hunted by... And he takes a moment, and these two bloated corpses look up at the Silver Guardian, the other inhabitants of this world. Their intrusion was not welcome. It is unlikely that any who were once loyal to Farazdoon still exist. But his destruction did attract the attention of Zernas.
Ooh. So, I'm just trying to think what to ask next.
Okay, does anyone else have any questions?
No, not really, to be
I have
honest.
no
Yeah,
idea.
me neither. Wouldn't know.
Okay. In that case, he says, I did promise you additional information. If you have no more questions to ask of me.
Oh, I got one. Why would you help us even if we offered what we did?
You do not realize what you have offered.
I'm sorry.
Would you?
What did you
What?
offer again, Matt?
I don't know. I just
It's
offered
his brain.
services.
It was his brain, wasn't it?
Well,
Careful.
no, you gave it access to your memories, and it read all of your memories,
It can do
From your
all of our
entire life.
memories.
and you accepted his gift Oh no, it read all of Erland's memories, and you accepted his gift.
His gift
And
of
the
a
gift-
rock.
His gift of a magic rock.
What
Um,
does a rock do? But
you
would you
have
like to elaborate?
Rocks out.
What info that is amazing that Erland's giving you? Damn it, Erland.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Well, I'm sorry. No one else is putting any fucking help out there.
I mean, I've got a shiny rock you can take a look at.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like, looking at that rock, I'm like, we should really check what the hell this rock is.
Give it a rub, like it's a genie lantern.
There's gonna be a little me running around somewhere, isn't there?
Are you pregnant?
I expect your brain cells to be running
How
around
does
on the floor.
Babby is formed?
What?
How does Babby? Well, you know, you asked if.
Oh,
he's-
I was Babby.
Yeah. No, you're asking him what he thinks is so valuable.
Oh yeah.
So we gave all of Erland's memories and accepted his fucking
Wait.
rock, and this is why he's now giving us all this information. I'm concerned as to one, what the hell the memories of Erland's memories were, or and two, what the hell this rock actually does.
I was just hoping that his drinking problem would have erased a
Would have
few
been
memories.
solved.
Yeah.
The
Good point.
so the deep terror again takes like it's a solid minute of silence after you ask that before it responds, and again it's pretty easy to tell that this isn't the whole story.
Yeah, please don't shrug.
It says, my race, the Aboleths, are not friends of this Zernas.
Oh, so
Okay.
that's a good reason to help us then, even
So-
if we are quite touched.
Can we consider this a peaceful truce?
No.
Oh,
How
No.
about an unpeaceful truce?
So not even
Consider a truce.
Not a truce.
is this just the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of deal?
We are not friends.
Oh, come on.
Unpeaceful
But wait.
deal?
the enemy of your enemy? Come on. You gotta help us out.
Pretty please.
Have you asked your questions?
Any pointers?
Any
Um,
questions?
I'm trying to
Sorry,
think
it's
if there's
fucking
anything in
Cthulhu,
particular.
aren't I?
Sarah, was that your question to the deep terror?
Yeah.
Or are you just asking the rest of the group?
Oh no, to the deep terror. Any pointers?
Okay. You, much like Erlan and Yolya did, hear a chuckle in the back of your mind. The rest of you
I
all
feel violated.
noticeably see Risu's feathers like immediately like ruffle and stand on end
Oh,
as she
my-
almost doubles in size.
Yeah.
Like I've been tumble dried.
Uh-huh. And he says, yes, there is somewhere I could direct you to.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I shall share this extra information. Recently, a ritual was conducted near to my domain. Its
Oh.
power was similar to that of Zernas. I
Oh.
believe, as I have been informed by the other Aboleths, it is one of many such rituals which have taken place across this continent.
Can we guarantee safe passage across this continent?
No.
You gotta, like, you could just ignore us and we'll ignore you.
This ritual It appears to have had an effect on the goddess you serve.
Oh.
Oh, this is the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, my dream talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll a dice. It seems you know something of this effect. I did not see it in your allies' memories.
What of it?
So this-
Perhaps we could bargain.
Oh no, he wants your memories as well.
Oh no! Bobby Cat, what do I do? Knowledge is power. But you guys don't know what it is. Oh god.
Let it read
Wait.
the cat's memories.
Wait, what are you bartering?
What would you like? You
it would-
asked for safe passage. I could guarantee for a limited time that the Aboleths will not interfere with you and your business.
I would probably prefer to keep the goddess's business out. I'm sorry. I'd have to decline.
That is unfortunate. And I would like you to make a wisdom saving throw.
All of us?
Or
Just Risu.
Ah. Not gonna get mind raped.
You are.
No.
Lucky.
Lucky.
Yeah,
Lucky.
lucky.
Okay, lucky. Oh. Fucking
Oh.
hell!
Why
Risu
is
begins to walk towards the water's
Oh, no.
edge.
Don't do
it?
it.
There's no need for that.
I
I said that just before. There's no need for this.
I literally grab hold of Risu and lift her up, obviously, because she's really
Okay.
small.
Or
Risu
just
can
put-
fly and begins to try and fly towards the water's edge. I would like both
Careful by the
Sarah
legs.
and Alex to make contested strength checks.
Oh.
Oh, what does that
Roll strength checks and see who gets higher.
Oh.
mean?
What did you roll?
Oh,
What? You
damn.
got plus 8? No,
Wait.
that's a saving throw.
That's
That's
a
a saving
Oh, it's
throw.
a saving throw. What?
Oh, okay.
So go to
Unskilled
the
strength.
skills page and
Skill,
put on unskilled strength.
Why are my rolls really bad tonight?
Sad life.
Log out, log back in. Fix it.
There it is.
you haven't paid for roll 20 premium. That's
Fucking
why.
hell, yeah, look at that. She rolled a 15, I rolled a 12, are you kidding me?
So both Yolya and Risu are now dragged to the edge. Yolya is holding her right at the very edge, and you can begin to feel.
Can I grab
The
onto
wa-
Yolya?
Flap, 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 flap.
You can try, and I will allow you to assist Yolya, so Yolya can roll again with advantage.
Okay. Unskilled
Can I
strength.
shout to the Silver Guardian to try and
Mhm.
stop this?
Okay. Yep.
16 though.
No, it would be.
It'd be, yeah.
Wait, what?
Okay.
I would have done it at that time anyway.
Okay. Well, since you have yelled to the Silver Guardian and I didn't roll super well, a claw immediately slams into all three of you, and I'm gonna roll some damage as you're all sent flying away from the edge of the water. 18 damage each.
Can I? Is that just the hit from the?
Yeah.
From the
From Francis, well, just from Francisca's claw, like slamming into you and sending you flying like 15 feet back.
Oops.
Did you say 18? Was it? Yeah.
18
Yeah.
damage. But Risu, the sense is quite literally knocked back into you,
Whoa.
and You don't remember trying to go into the water. You just remember hearing that is unfortunate, and then you are like in the ground, sent flying.
What the hell, man? Ow, that stings.
Right.
Why is
should get
everybody
out
else on the
there.
floor?
And with that, you hear Francisca like growling at the water. And both of the corpses turn around and flop back into the water.
Why say flop? Why?
There's nothing dignified about what those corpses do. They just tumble, and there is a undignified plop as these two corpses fall into the water.
Everybody do the flop.
Mm-hmm.
Do the. Ah, that's a perfect gif.
The No Nut November gif? What, Sarah?
What? No,
Okay.
I said
That's what
that's a
it's-
perfect gif. What?
I know it was labelled on my screen as No Nut November.
Yeah, that
flop
came up
gif.
for me as well. It's no November flop.
What?
Now I'm worried.
Right.
Bruh.
Oh well, I didn't see that, so.
Okay.
Right. We should get out of here before the crazy monster that I'm pretty sure controls my brain does any more weird shit. Let's get out of
He owns
here.
you. He owns your soul now. And Rizu's soul.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
The Silver Guardian like stays between you guys and the lake as you head back to the cart, and Octavio is only too happy to turn it around and get it away from the lake. Once you guys are clear of, like, just outside of the clearing, you can still see the lake where you are. The cart comes to a stop, and Francisca speaks via telepathy, because she is a dragon who does not have a human mouth, to you all, and says, I really hope that what you got was worth whatever it is that you paid to him.
I'm
I'll
gonna
be honest, that was kind of a mystery to me as well.
I'm gonna give her the weird shiny orb and ask her what she knows of it.
Okay. Let me just take a look at a spell. Okay, yeah, she can cast it using a spell slot. Her eyes turn silver, and she says, "It's powerful. I'm not sure how to break this to you, but I don't think you're going to be able to get rid of this. It's bound to you very, very strongly, much more strongly than anything that I can dispel. And it's got very powerful divination magic enchanted into it. Kind of take it as a given that from now on you are being watched."
Ah. Okay, and I just chuck it into my backpack.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It sits safely in your backpack.
So I did we all hear that last part, or it was that?
Yeah, she can communicate that to all of you.
I'm like, hey, here's an idea. See what happens if you throw it. Like,
Imagine I'll have a heart attack.
Smash it with hammer.
But it was a gift.
I was gonna say, what a kind guy.
Give it a rub like a genie lantern.
I start rubbing it furiously.
It's a rock.
What, the rock?
Feels like a rock.
I throw the rock.
Okay. It's in your other hand.
Oh, cool. Now that is a party trick. Right.
Try and
I'm
throw both
scamming
arms.
people.
Throw both
I'm
arms.
scamming someone with that, almost certainly.
Okay.
Buy this magical rock off me. People check it's magic. Yeah, that's magic.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like, hand
exactly.
it
They're
to
like,
you,
wow.
it's like, give us the money. Take the money. Give them the rock. Walk away. They don't have the rock anymore.
Oh, only if you're What was your previous character called? Just scamming people.
I
Gregory.
mean, you can still
Gregory.
technically do that. He is a bard.
Yeah, I suppose. But Gregory was like known for it.
True.
Yeah, Gregory was a charlatan.
Oh, this is cool.
So, a notably disturbed Octavio speaks up. It's like, this is wonderful, and I'm really glad you got your magic rock, and you spoke to the thing that ate 2 of my friends. Can we go now? I need to tell the king that 2 of his guards got eaten.
We need to also try and go to that location where this ritual was going to.
Do we split ways with the wizard man?
I don't know. Is that a smart idea? How far away did he say it was, like, this thing that occurred?
We can retcon and say he gave you, like, instructions more or less on how to get there. Like, you'll have to do, overland travel to get there, and it'll take probably 2 days. But, yeah, Octavio is out of here. He ain't sticking around.
And we can't convince him?
His job was to bring you to the meeting, not to bring you back. If you want to come back with him, then he can guarantee your safety. If you want to go without him, he's going. You can try and convince him. I'm going to warn you, he just watched 2 of his friends get eaten. By Cthulhu.
Hey.
Yeah, but
if
he
you,
did nothing.
If you bring us with you, I can give you this rock, and I pull the rock out the back.
I don't want that rock. I saw where that rock came from, and I want nothing to do with it. And there is nothing you can roll that will convince me to want that rock.
What do you mean roll?
Well, he broke the 4th wall.
Yep, that's how scared he is.
What happens if I roll insight?
Yeah, he seems really, really unafraid right now. He seems so brave.
Right,
You can't possibly understand why he doesn't want this rock.
I'm going to look him in the eye, and I'm going to start running straight at the straight towards the thing he has, his little carriage.
The carriage?
Yeah, like Terminator style.
All right, fine. All right, cool. He reaches into his robes and throws that marble from earlier at you. I'd like you to make a strength saving throw. I'm gonna need some D4s. Hang on. That's fine. I'll just re-roll these 2. Okay, you take 13 force damage as a sphere of force surrounds you, and you are now essentially trapped within a hamster ball.
Whoa!
If I held person, would he stop?
Would you like to try?
Yeah.
Can you
Why
roll
are
the
you
hamster
trying
ball?
to attack this person? Just leave him be.
Try and roll the
Funny.
hamster ball.
Funny.
Keep the hamster ball.
Can we keep Erlan in the hamster ball?
I need to look up exact
Yeah.
stats a moment. Hang on. Trapped inside. Okay. Would you like to try and cast Hold Person then?
Pride says yes.
Okay.
Intelligence says no.
You try and cast Hold Person. No effect can exit the sphere.
Shit, so I'll just use a level
Can we get in?
2 spell.
Nope.
Ah. Can I
Only
kick?
breathable air can pass through this sphere's wall.
So this is a god sphere then. This is like just
It is
in
a
place for you to use.
sphere of force. It's a specific magic item. He spent a lot of money on making sure you didn't get to that thing before he did, because he's bolting towards the carriage.
I'm gonna yell, "How long am I stuck in this for?"
You are here for 10 minutes Hang on, I think it's 10 minutes. Let me just double check. Oh, he yells over his shoulder, 1 minute!
Wow.
As he is climbing onto the front of the carriage.
How much did you pay for it?
Like several hundred gold.
For 1 minute.
Can I borrow
Worth
yours?
I'm going to start throwing like the rock, like you know how prisoners throw balls at their walls because they're that small to catch it. I'm just going to start doing that in there.
Okay, it's make a dexterity check because like it's a sphere that you're inside. That's pretty hard to work out where you're gonna try and hit it and
You
get
worried
it
it
to
was
bounce
gonna...
back to you.
But it'll just appear in his other hand.
God.
Yeah. Oh wait, your own rock.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You throw it, it bounces off the wall and hits you straight in the face, and then it's in your hand.
I
You
fucking
take 1
hate
point
roll
of damage.
Yeah.
I fucking hate roll 20s rolling. Literally, no one ever seems to do well.
You have your own dice.
Future, I'm gonna use my own dice.
Yeah, so you can cheat.
Yes.
Just drop it and then just wait for it to start making noise and say I rolled a 20.
Oh man, just nat 20s.
Yay. So, after a minute, the sphere around Erlan just blinks out of existence, and Erlan is dropped onto the floor unceremoniously. And Octavio is still sat at the reins, like ready to go at any second. He's like, "Look, you got like a minute to decide. Are you coming or are you staying?"
Well, where is?
Well, we're trying to come anyway.
I was gonna say we need to think about. Are we gonna go to that? We need to go to that place. There's no point in us going back just to come out again. So we might as well go to that location.
Where the ritual's been doing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and stop it because obviously it's causing issues. And the faster we stop it, the less likely it's going to cause problems to.
What's
Guardian.
the Silver Guardian going to do? Is she...
She came to help us with this, and now we're finished, so she's probably going to go bugger off back to her lair.
Yeah, she's like, I kind of got a chip to explore. I mean, no offense, guys, I like you and all, but we had a deal.
You want this
This
rock?
wasn't a super comfortable thing for me. If I'm a level with you, I don't like that guy.
Man, what's everyone's problem with that guy?
Be glad you didn't see his face.
Is this like a weird ex? No?
Weird ex? What? I
A
don't know
weird
what that is.
ex-boyfriend?
Oh, definitely not. No,
Okay.
I was gonna say, come on.
no, that's not what this is. He's
Come
way
on.
too old for her,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say it's like
and also
in the
Cthulhu.
Oh,
in the meantime,
Amen.
I go up to it and I explain to her about my about our friend Virtue again. Listen, he's a great guy. He loves history. You love him as well.
She's like, sure. Like, is this? Are you trying to like give me a coded message here or anything? Because I don't know what this means, and you've said it like 4 times now.
Wow, so innocent.
She just hasn't clicked on the fact that you're trying to set her up, because to her that's just not a thing that you would do.
What do you mean?
She just doesn't consider that a possibility, or at least doesn't consider you trying to play matchmaker for her a possibility.
I'd play matchmaker for anyone. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's just her read on you.
I again go, listen, just go see him. Great guy.
Okay.
He like
Oh.
history too.
Okay, look, I'll do that. With that, she takes off. Still thinks that you were trying to give her a coded message.
She hurt herself in confusion.
Silly. And anyway, so I think we need to go to the whatchamacallit. Go to
Figure out the
ritual site.
ritual. Yeah.
go stop and figure out if it's still carrying on, because you
Okay.
know they might still be doing it.
So you were told that it was done in a cave, sort of not even close to at the edge of the Deep Terrace domain, but within the Deep Terrace domain.
Yeah,
And
can't believe they had the audacity to do it in his domain. Like,
Mhm.
Jesus.
So, if you'd like, you're going to have to be making your random encounter travel. You're kind of not going to be able to get much traveling done today because it's already pretty late, but you can at least get away from where you currently are before you rest up.
Yes, so let us attempt that.
Okay, so I'm not going to roll for any daytime complication here, but it is up to you guys to prepare for the night.
Same as we do always, people. Survival stuff.
Survival.
and
Lehman's, yeah, Lehman's tiny hut.
demons.
Cool.
Are we still in dead area?
Oh, I rolled a
yeah,
nat
you are
20.
well within. Okay,
No.
so you are well within the domain of the Deep Terror, and you did not agree to safe passage through his lands. So there is every chance he could send something to kill you, or there could just be dangers here.
Anyway, I rolled a nat 20.
Cool. So you're able. What was it you were trying to
Survival.
construct for your survival?
Protection traps, things to alert us to anything trying to attack us in the night.
Comfy beds.
Okay, you're able to.
Yeah, and comfy beds.
Oh right, yeah, I remember it. So like, from like the rotten trees, you're able to gather like a large enough collection of heavy branches that like set up sort of a tripwire based alarm around you, where it will just like drop these branches and make a loud enough noise to wake you up if something sets off these tripwires around you.
Mm.
And Matt, I'm guessing you're casting Lehman's Time Hut.
Yeah, of course. Already done it.
Cool. So, are you guys gonna settle down for the night with that then?
Yeah.
Awesome. You have a real uncomfortable night's sleep. This is like you've been given supplies for your journey here, so you've got like bedding and such that you can sort out despite what was destroyed during your last journey. And but this is just like a horrible, oppressive place, even by the surface's standards. And like you constantly feel like you're being watched. Erlan, you especially, and you have just horrible nightmares, Erlan. You let something into your mind which should absolutely never be let into your mind. And
Wow,
but
Vivian.
eventually she didn't let anything into her mind.
Oh right.
She didn't let him deep into her mind. He mind controlled all of you briefly, apart from like no, I think all of you.
In the end, it was all of us, because
Yep.
remember, because Matt willingly allowed himself to be controlled to have.
Yep. So eventually you all wake up. You were undisturbed during the night, apart from the fact that it was just a real bad time. But it is a 2-day journey ahead of you. And we're going to be doing ye olde random terrain. So you'll have to give me a second to pull up the book. Of the Abyss. And my D20 hand. Okay. Awesome. So, you are still in the... Well, you're traveling through the area of this domain where like vegetation is still quite sparse, and you see in the distance something sort of glowing, which is immediately noticeable because of the darkness of everything else. It's too far away for you to actually see what it is. For a moment, you think that maybe you went in a circle and you come back to the lake, but then sort of you retrace your footsteps in your mind and realize that's not possible. But this glow is in the direction you need to go. You could try and navigate around it, but it will cost you time, or you can go and investigate.
So there's a white orb, did you say, or just a...
It's far too far away to even tell what the source of this is, but there is something glowing, and you've been able to see it from a really long distance because it's dark as hell everywhere else, so there's just, a point of light in the distance.
Is it like an identifiable glow, like fiery or whatever?
You are probably like a good half a mile from it at the minute. You couldn't really tell. It couldn't just be a small fire. It would have to be something pretty large to be visible from this distance.
But it's like a fiery color.
No, it's like a pale white.
Ah, okay.
It's very cold light.
Could anyone take a guess about what it could be? Would anyone have like a...
I'm guessing it would be Nick, if anyone.
Like a nature check, I guess, or it'd probably be like intelligence nature.
Okay, I'll try that.
Cool.
Bro.
Okay, nat 20. The rules of Horizon play pretty differently to the rules of your world, and especially down here on the surface. But there was an analog to the surface in your world, which was the Underdark. And you know that in the Underdark, it wasn't super unusual for there to be like caverns full of like bioluminescent plants. So it's possible that that's what this is, like some sort of very large bioluminescent plant, like a huge tree that is glowing.
Okay. So, would be interested to investigate that?
It's up to you guys. Do you want to?
I say yes.
Let's investigate it.
I'm gonna
Cool.
steal some
So,
food.
as you approach and as you sort of come to within, like you spend like the next sort of 20 minutes slowly, cautiously approaching it, it becomes clearer and clearer to you that this isn't just one huge tree. This is probably 4 or 5 enormous glowing trees, and it's not just the leaves on the tree that are glowing, this bright, like bluish white, this really cold bioluminescent light coming off it. There's also like lines traced down the trunks.
Do the lines mean anything?
Yeah.
I'd like you guys to make Arcana checks if you want to try and figure it out.
Let's do it.
Nick, do an Arcana.
Nick can have advantage, actually.
Sorry, what?
Arcana check.
Arcana.
What are we trying to do?
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Okay.
Wow, okay.
Yes, I know exactly what I'm looking at.
Yeah, I'm seeing some pretty high rolls across the board here.
I like how we finally
So-
get fucking good rolls when it isn't something that's gonna fucking kill us.
It's just how D&D works, mate.
So I think probably it makes the most sense if Hyarkin is the one who figures this out, though. So we'll say that he's the one who knows this. All of you have heard of the Feywild, which is the land of the fairies, essentially. But most people think of it as just like this beautiful, enchanted forest. Hierarchin, as someone who specifically has studied the planes, would know that there's a lot more to it than that, and that within the Feywild there are various courts, and some of them are much darker and much more sinister. That is, they're called Unseelie, and it's possible that these markings and this location have resonated with something within the Unseelie Court and have either created a portal to the Unseelie Court here, or have like pulled a part of their forest into this area.
Mhm.
So, possibly you're going to meet some fairies.
Are they good fairies?
Probably not super nice.
Oh.
So it's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
Approach them.
Okay, you're going to head towards the trees.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about this, Chief.
Well, I'm gonna. All right, then I'll cast invisibility.
So what do we know about fairies, actually? Just...
I think Hierarchin would probably know more than most, but it's not really specifically his thing. He knows about the Feywild more than he knows about the Fey. They are a type of being who are known for being capricious, very intensely magical, and they don't normally think in a purely logical way. They are very susceptible to emotions as well as the emotions of others. Sometimes there's like a lot of stories and fairy tales about Fae of like sometimes they're tricksters, sometimes they are sadistic, sometimes they're benevolent. There's no real rhyme or reason to their actions.
Okay.
Erlan, you said you were going towards it?
Yeah, I'll cast greater invisibility on myself as well.
Awesome. Make a
And-
stealth check with advantage.
Yeah, so. stealth
I
check.
think I'm also going to stealth as well.
Okay.
Oh,
you-
come on!
Ah.
Right, advantage. Let's go. Thank God. 17.
15.
You have advantage because you boots of Elvenkind.
Hell yeah, 20.
Oh, yeah, we're sneaky boys.
Sneaky boys.
Okay. So, both of you steadily approach these trees, and you hear the ringling of like small bells, and then you begin to hear the music of a violin. And I'd like both of you to make wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
17.
13.
Erlan, you sort of feel groggy for a moment and then shake it off. Then there's a thud from a little way away as Ott falls asleep and begins snoring loudly. And you hear like a cackling sound coming from in the leaves above you.
Like that.
Sure, like that. Sort of more similar to like an evil witch sort of cackle, like
Right, I'm gonna use a lighter and burn this forest down.
That'll just upset them.
Is that your plan?
No.
Okay.
Let's get a perception check going.
Sure, you look up into the trees, make a perception check.
23.
Okay, you do not see any creatures, but you do see a rustling of leaves where there is probably some invisible creature in like on one of these branches. And you can pick out the branch, but you couldn't tell exactly where on the branch.
Okay. Trying to think what to do. Well, I'll go up to Art and I'll check he's not dead. I'll do a
Medicine check.
medicine check. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, he's snoring very loudly. He's,
Okay,
he's pretty obviously asleep.
I'm going to start dragging him out of the forest towards the others.
Okay.
So did my stealth work then?
Yeah.
Am I like being dragged around, but
But it doesn't stop you from hearing.
So, yeah, basically. There's two things that happened. One, there is a specific spell that went off. Regardless of how sneaky you are, it went off when you entered the area. And then, in response to that spell going off, this enchantment spell happened.
Oh.
But he had an alarm set up around, basically. There's a spell called Alarm.
Oh, yeah.
There's something that I need to do. Just a second, Matt.
Yep.
I need to check something on your character sheet. Oh, bad. Real bad. Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw for me, Matt, as you are dragging with you. That one. Cool. You both fall into a pit.
Oh, no.
Leaves have been placed over this pitfall trap. And
Oh god, are there
you
spikes
are
in there?
woken up. No, it's literally just a pit. But again, you hear this cackling, and you are woken up by the fall. In fact,
Oh, good.
Ah.
Oh,
as you
where am
both
I?
land on top of one another in a heap,
Hold on, get off me.
and you hear again this cackling.
Is it worth doing like a? Can you do like a evil check? Is that something Hyakin can do?
An evil check.
Good and
Like
good and evil.
Fight if there's malicious intent or not. Because at the moment it seems like
Insight
pranks.
check.
Insight. Okay.
Both of these effects seem to have been fairly harmless.
Okay.
Like, there was a chance to do serious damage to you both, and serious damage was not done to you
So
both.
it's a warning then.
Maybe. Read it.
It
Make
could
of
just
it
be-
what you will.
Right.
It could be harmless, but it could just be. Yeah. Can we investigate if there's any more traps ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Perception.
Perception. Oh shit.
Well, unless you are going to physically, like, go through the area and search for traps.
Perception.
But I'm assuming you're trying to do this from a distance because you haven't said that you're going off.
Yeah, I haven't done it from far. I've just seen all like.
Sure.
Just seen Art just fall asleep and then they're both falling down a pit. Like, okay.
In fact, you see there's like there's a faint pattern of like pulsing lights all across this small grove, which they seem to mark out distinct areas, and you're not sure whether that's safe spots or dangerous spots.
And I can't make the connection where Art and Nerlan have been.
The pit that they've fallen in has already been triggered. It's
Okay.
just like a dirt pit now. It was previously covered with leaves, but no more.
Can I use an arrow to in that area where there is a lit thingy?
Sure, yeah. Shoot. Just make an attack roll.
Attack. Boom.
That's enough to hit like a piece of ground that's not in any way trying to dodge. Yeah, so your arrow again turns into fire, but it strikes one of these glowing spots, and they only light up very briefly, like pulses between them. And yeah, unsurprisingly, this spot like collapses away and reveals underneath it a pitfall trap.
Okay, so we stay away from the lit areas.
Damn it!
Maybe we should get Art and Erlan out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No. Well,
No.
or I could just dimension door both us out. There we go. We're out.
Sure.
That's
And
so
the spell
easy.
slot you both out.
Wow, what a waste.
Well, dimension door right up to them. Duh.
Now we've got to walk.
They're up in the branches of a tree. You could try, but you know.
I've got a heavy stone in my backpack now,
You do.
so you know.
Are you like a turtle who's stuck on his back because of this rock?
Yeah.
Well, what are you guys doing?
Well, we stay away from the lit areas and
Okay, you're going to
Have
try
you-
and pass through the grove?
yeah.
Alright, let me check. So I'm assuming since you're leading this, Sarah,
Oh God,
I'm going to
why
check
would anyone trust me? Speak up.
your character sheet.
Oh,
Oh, that can't be. Oh, okay, sorry, that's better. Still not good enough. Yeah, so there is a snapping sound, which it takes you a moment to figure out what it was, and then your foot is lifted out from under you, and you are suspended in the air, dangling from what is essentially like a giant hair trap. There's
Okay.
like a
Oh.
rope hanging from the tree, like suspending you upside down, wrapped around your ankle.
Does
Okay,
anyone have any
I'll just-
spells that
I'll
make...
just use my
Sorry, go on.
sorry. I'll just use my talons to cut it.
Oh yeah, you can, but again, you hear the cackling.
Haha, very funny.
Does
Not-
anyone have any spells that can make some, like, big rumbling? So I want to see if we can set off all these traps in one go. Oh, can I use Tasha's Hideous Laughter?
What does it do? This is your spell,
Oh, no, it's a creature of your choice. Never mind. I thought it was like a general effect, area effect.
Who's doing what?
I don't
I'm just
even
gonna-
know what to do. I'm
I
not gonna
don't
lie.
know. I actually don't know what to fucking do here.
Just keep walking. Just keep getting hit by the traps then.
You can if you want. None
Can
of
we,
them
like-
have actually been harmful.
Zone of truth.
Okay,
Once,
where are you casting it?
No, I'm gonna do vicious mockery.
Okay, you're going to try and mock this creature.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, "Come down, you old hag. We can hear you lumbering in the branches." And that's what we're gonna
Okay.
yell.
This creature seems pretty resistant to mental magic, so you can feel the magic not take effect, and then you feel your nose is really itchy, and then you sneeze, and you fly about 15 feet into the air, and then come crashing back down.
Do I take any damage from that?
No,
Oh,
it's just really undignified.
So
The ground
could-
is surprisingly spongy.
could we just like walk around these trees and around all these traps? Because there's not many of them, sure, right?
There's
Or is there quite a
literally
lot?
4 trees.
Have we even considered, taking a wide berth around the trees to go up, carry on with our path?
Would you like to try?
Can we trade with fairies?
Would you like to try?
Sure.
Or would
I take an extremely wide path around these trees.
Okay. Yolya begins taking a wide path around the trees, and you hear this voice say, "No fun!" And then Yolya, make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oh, a 2.
Yeah, you fail that one, and you're held in place by whole person.
I'm like, are you kidding me?
You're
I'm not here to play. I'm here to fucking make my fucking travels.
Do they like music?
They played music earlier. Maybe they do like music.
Sure, we've got a bard, we've got
Yeah, Matt. Play your guitar.
we've got- do crab rave again.
You make a performance check if you want to try it.
Yeah. I'll play the Adams Family theme, but very original.
On a lute.
Nah, baby shark has gotta be.
No.
24. God damn.
Whatever you play it real well. And in fact, this violin begins to play along with you, almost as though it's trying to compete. And then you hear the sound of a violin snapping against a tree trunk in frustration. And the voice shouts, "You win!" And the trees all go dim.
Ooh, could you offer them a string from like your spear strings?
But mine
Does,
is golden.
So, does this stop all the effects then that have happened? Like,
Yeah, in fact, you are no longer paralyzed.
Oh, I'm like, okay, I'm just like carry on then. I just
At
carry
the
on.
end of the encounter them.
Yeah, it's, you know,
It's just a bit of
a
fun.
moment of levity. They're not all horrible.
Logan, can I pull you aside a second?
Uh-huh.
What the fuck's going on? Do you think you can embarrass me? Do you think you can embarrass me in front of all my fucking friends like that?
Hey, you won this one.
Yeah, you won the rap battle.
Yeah,
Shut
you won
up,
the epic
Sarah,
rap
shut
battle of
up.
history.
Well, I was defending
I'm
you.
talking to Logan.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, sir, you're not here. He pulled me aside. God.
I pulled him
He pulled the
aside.
DM aside. He pulled
Hang
down
on.
the daisy that is.
I only
Hang on,
like
I'm lost.
I only told you what to do and we did it and now we can go.
Right, I'm out. I'm
Bye.
gonna storm out the forest.
But yeah, you guys are able to progress through this day. And you come to the nighttime section of your journey. And I'm assuming you all do the same thing again. If it ain't broke.
Do it.
Yeah. Bubble. Little hut.
Okay.
Survivals.
Alex, are you setting up your thing again?
Oh yeah, one second.
I'll try. I'm gonna help.
Oh.
I'll just do it myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I got a 20 as well.
This time Yolia helps Risu do it.
Right, last time the beds just weren't comfy enough.
Mhm.
Hey, we got given bedding. You can't blame me on the bedding we were given.
Yeah, but if you use leaves in the pillows, you get extra pillow.
That's
should
not
have
how that.
For comfortable beds. That definitely wouldn't have come at a price. Promise.
What?
You should have asked the fairy for comfortable beds. That definitely wouldn't have come at a price, I promise.
Oh.
Would have been full of needles or something.
Mm. So, yeah. Again, after your weird moment of levity, and the Feywild has never played by the rules of anywhere else ever, you sort of return to this kind of oppressive atmosphere, and I need to put on some more music. Maybe this one will do. Oh, no, the music hasn't stopped. We're fine. Yeah, you are returned to, your normal oppressive ambience for the night. Again, Erlan, horrible nightmares. Real bad. Like, full on, like, imagining, like, getting lost out at sea and trying to swim, like, getting pulled under the water and trying to swim for the surface, and then your hands, like, meet sand as you realise you've been swimming down instead of up. And then you wake up in a cold sweat. And
When I wake up, I'm going to shout at the stone. Yeah, I get the whole thing. You're an evil bastard. And I'm going to shout that at the stone really loudly.
Cat Mom,
The
can you
rest
go
of
over
you
there and
are
need
all-
him?
Yeah, the rest of you are all woken up in the middle of the night by Erlan screaming at his stone. Erlan, once again, you hear the same chuckle.
I just look at her and say, "Well, that's what you get when you accept an offer from a."
I'm gonna turn around and scream, "Oh yeah? What was your idea then, idiot?"
Not accept that, you reach.
Now go back to sleep.
Tensions are high. You struggle to return to your rest, but eventually you make it through God, is it even the night at this point?
It could be 4 in the morning. It could be 4 in the afternoon.
But you eventually all wake up more or less rested, probably less. And you have one day of travel ahead of you.
Let us continue.
Okay. Are we healing ourselves back up?
Yes, you're healed
Oh
back.
yeah.
I forgot you took that psychic damage.
Yes, I was waiting to fix that.
It's Logan's time to roll.
Whew.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. To roll. Cool. Okay. You guys find what must be a path, and you were told that there is a path somewhere here in this like in this dead forest which will lead you to the cave, so you think you're quite close to your destination. And walking along the path, you begin to see small like stone structures. At first, like just a few cairns, like these piles of rocks, and then like a little bit further down the road you begin to see what were maybe once crumbled walls. And eventually you come to sort of the road opens up and diverges into what was possibly very, very long ago a village, but now there's almost nothing remaining of it. It's just these very small crumbled walls, all except for in the center of the village a pristine fountain. You're not really close enough to make out, you know, incredible detail about the fountain, but you can tell it's a fountain. You can tell it's even running.
Can we do a? Does anyone have a magic or arcana check?
I can do Arcana check.
Cool.
Yeah, would you check?
Yep. There we go. Hey, pretty good.
Yeah, so you're pretty familiar with this, actually, Hyarkin. This
As of everything.
feels a lot like the Deep Terror.
Oh dear.
Okay. I'm gonna go sit with my bro.
And what? And jump into the fucking pond?
I'm gonna do what I did last time, where I'm gonna sit down in front of it and I'm gonna pour him a drink and myself a drink.
Okay. As you like come up closer to it, you can see that this was possibly once a fountain which was used for like wishing or something. You can see it's not the same slimy water as was in the lake. It is not clean, but it is water that you can see through. And there are a lot of very old rusted copper, like they were probably once copper pieces, and they're clearly not pure copper because they're rusted. Small coins in the bottom of this water feature. But what is most striking is that this water feature appears to be showing at the bottom of it a face with 12 eyes looking out of it, and where like a lower jaw would have been, there's just a mass of tentacles that come out and rise out of the water, and they're what's spraying the water of this water fountain. You have no idea what is, well, you assume it's probably magic is pumping this water, but you don't know what the source of it is. And yeah, the rock in your you swear you put it in your backpack, but it's definitely in one of your pockets right now. Suddenly begins to feel very warm.
I'm gonna hold it out to it.
It like begins to like rumble and vibrate as you hold it over the water.
This is what he wants us to do. he wants us to fucking that stone or some shit has his essence in it, and I bet you he wants us to go around dropping off his essence in the pools and shit like that.
Ew.
Would you like to drop the rock into the water?
Fuck it, yeah.
You drop the rock into the water, and immediately, like, clouds sort of seem to some sort of liquid, like, begin to obscure the rock at the bottom of this fountain as the water changes to this same slimy substance. And then you feel a familiar weight in your back pocket as the rock is once again in your pocket.
Oh.
Why would you do this?
It's no longer warm and it's no longer vibrating.
I'm concerned as to what you've actually just done there, Matt.
You hear a brief chuckle in the back of your mind, Erlan.
Yeah, that's what he wanted us to do. Yeah, I thought so.
Are you sure about that?
Well, he chuckled in my mind, so I presume
Also,
so, yeah.
the fountain stops. It's no longer spraying water. It's just this still slime now.
See, I'd ask him a question, but I don't think he's going to respond.
You want to try?
Well, I'm going to ask, what was that about?
You hear a chuckle.
Good old charcoal.
I'm going to call him unfunny to his face. Or to his mind.
There's no response. You know he heard. Is there anything anyone else wants to do, or are you going to continue?
I guess we just continue.
Mm-hmm. Nothing tries to stop you. You feel like you are definitely being watched by something, as though, you know, there was something in this village which is lying dormant. But eventually you leave the village and continue down the road, and you you can tell you're traveling uphill, even as dark as it is. You're traveling with your own light sources, and ahead of you, you can see the hill continuing to raise, and the road leads, rather than up the hill, into the mouth of a cave.
Ooh, we're here. It's time.
To duel.
Exactly. Let me get my.
Those of you who are particularly sensitive to magic, which would probably be Erlan and Hyakin, you can feel some sort of very strong aberrant energy in this cave. Hyakin, again, as per usual, you recognize this because you've seen it. It's Zernas.
Does he tell people that, or is he?
What does that mean? Let's go and say hi. Hi, Zernas.
No.
Nothing responds to you. You don't know whether Zernas can see you, but you can definitely tell, like, there's some Zernas cult magic going on in this cave.
Could he sense if it was similar to when we were in that apartment?
It feels like it comes from the same source.
But it's not the same, where it's like...
It's not the same spell, definitely not.
Okay. So yeah, I think we can... I think first thing I want to do is...
Taito is nervous.
Don't blame him.
It's his first showing in this game.
Can we do like a investigation check or perception checks to see if there's any like traps at the cave entrance?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go right ahead. Probably perception. It'd be investigation if you're going to go towards the cave entrance to investigate more thoroughly.
Oh, right.
So,
Oh,
what
That's
are we hoping to
persuasion.
find in this
that's
cave?
oh, thank God.
Whoops.
Not even, but not much
That's
better.
not better.
Uh,
Congrats, idiot.
Wow, I rolled a
What would
2.
you-
I rolled a
Could you
2
swear for a
twice.
second that you hear that fairy cackling again.
Hey, there you go. I know everything.
Okay.
22.
Yeah, Hyarkin, with your
That's a nat 20.
attunement,
Man,
well,
I'm
yeah, with
flexing
your
my knowledge in this
attunement
round.
to this magic, you can tell that there is definitely an alarm spell has been cast on the entrance to this cave. If you were to enter the cave, you're not sure whether it would be a silent alarm or whether it would just make a really loud sound, but people would be made aware of your presence.
Everyone stealth.
So if it what
Didn't work
is
last
that
time.
exactly? If is there like basically an alarm system that we could?
It's
trigger?
a specific spell called Alarm. You can designate an area, and if a creature enters that area, it triggers the spell.
Don't we have something that can dispel that?
No, do you?
No, I don't obviously. I'm a
Can
punch
the
person.
mage hand pick up animals?
Only if they're very small.
Okay, I'm gonna search for an animal. Just general. Is there one nearby, sort of thing?
Make a survival check.
Okie dokie. With a -2. 1!
Nope. Now you're pretty sure that you are actually the only living creatures for miles around.
Even though Taito is right there.
Yep.
There's
Great.
no animals.
Can I say to the others, guys, can you see any animals nearby? Can I do that?
With 2 animal people in the party.
It's a bit metagamey, but I'll allow it.
You don't have to. It's fine if.
No,
You want to look for animals? I'll look.
survival check.
Survival. Go. Why aren't you going? Go. It's thinking about it.
Roll
I don't know why it
crashed.
always takes a second for you. We're taking the nat 1 as your first roll.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough. It doesn't matter gaming anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So, yeah, you're pretty sure that maybe it was, putting that rock into the water feature has, made this place real inhospitable and all the, wildlife has left, or maybe you're just bad at seeing wildlife. Even if I gave you advantage for being a ranger, you'd only have an 11 in this, so
Yeah.
you don't find anything.
I push Erlan forward. Go on, lad. You first.
I'm just going to look obsessively over the stone. Golem positioned.
Mhm. It's a rock. It's very nondescript.
So does no one have any kind of dispel? Like
No, I
No.
don't.
Not even on your loot.
Pretty sure I don't. No, don't have a dispel.
So we basically have no way of stopping alarm from setting off as soon as we enter this place. Yolgi, as the complete non-magic user in the entire group, goes, "God, you guys are all useless."
Mm-hmm.
It's a fucking point of magic if you're not going to be able to dispel certain spells.
I'm assuming that Yolya is met with blank stares.
So my mage hand doesn't count as a object then, as a animal, a live thing. So my mage hand going into that area.
Technically, it has stats as a creature.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you send the mage hand in, it'll trigger the alarm.
Right, guys, shall I send my mage hand in?
It's going to set off the alarm.
I mean,
Yeah,
could
but
dive-
if it's
just
like,
I mean,
all go in.
I
May
could
as well-
dimension door in and out.
I mean, that's not going to matter. That'll probably set off an alarm.
yeah, but I mean, like, if my
Alright,
mage hand
wait a
sets off an
second.
alarm and it explodes that area or some shit, I don't know. My mage hand's gonna be fine.
Take a second, sorry, Rob.
That's alright.
Because I don't you guys will know what the alarm spell does because of Hyarkin describing it. It can only cover a very limited area. You could possibly teleport past it.
where is the alarm? Like, where
looking
is
at the
this
stats
big area?
now.
You wouldn't know, would you? Everyone in the sack?
No larger than 20 cubic feet. So it would cover like the entrance of the cave and no further in.
Mm.
Dimension door, baby.
If you want to spend the spell slot.
Yeah, I think if we do the whole get in the bag and then we
And then dimension door through.
dimension door past where it would be, the spell's probably set to, and hope that there isn't another spell in there and let everyone out after.
Mhm.
That might be the best way of not setting off the alarm, as it's probably our only way of not setting off the alarm that we're aware of.
Okay, I mean, this is a trick that you've done before. I don't think we need to like painstakingly role play out how you do it. I will ask one question: how deep into the cave are you teleporting, Gerlan?
I'm not sure.
You don't need to
not
give
sure
me an
how-
exact number. Like you could say as deep as I can, or
As deep as I can see.
okay, yeah, that'll be well past the edge of the alarm then.
Problem is, I can only take one person with me.
We're
Yeah,
already,
but everyone,
yeah,
everyone's getting in the bag.
yeah, we're doing the bag trick again.
Oh, the old bag trick, right? Yeah, let's do it then.
All right,
This is going to be fun.
that's fine. So again, everyone climbs into the bag. Taito needs to be coaxed, but you guys are able to manage it.
We'll just let Erlan ride it.
That's true, actually. Erlan could just teleport Taito with him. They're
Yeah.
both medium creatures.
I'm not getting my own bag. Fuck that.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's not gonna get in the bag.
Well, it's either Taito or Yolya.
Taito,
Who
Taito.
wants
the
to
bag.
not suffer in the bag?
listen, I've seen what happens with you guys in that bag. Well, I'm not going to subject my own self to it.
You're gonna
Taito
subject
gives you
the.
puppy dog eyes.
Yeah.
And it's like I look back at Taito and I do the exact same thing to him.
Oh god, this is
And
like
then-
Puss in
and
Boots,
then-
but twice.
I look and then I basically say, "Listen, you're not the only cat creature here."
Taito continues to give puppy dog eyes.
I think this is.
I can see that, Sarah.
Does that work?
Yeah.
There we go. Taito gets lucky.
I mean, look, you guys can make Taito go in the bag, but you know it's up to you who does and doesn't.
Well,
Taito
obviously,
wouldn't be happy about it.
hey, Taito, it doesn't matter if Taito's not happy. I'm sorry. It's my bag. My bag, my rules. I ain't going in.
Taito goes in the bag then. All of you climb in the bag apart from Yolya and Erlan. Erlan teleports in. You can probably teleport a good 60 feet or so into this cave, which is like to the edge of your vision, because I know you have some dark vision and some light as well.
Taito, choose up your fan art.
Yeah.
You mean my commissioned
Commission Joey.
Yark and Virtue SS? Yowie.
Yeah.
Yeah. All chewed up now.
That's fine. I'll just commission someone else to do it.
Oh.
500 gold. So, yeah, again, you guys all have the terrible experience of floating through the void. Erlan, you teleport yourself and Yolya into the cave, and for a moment there is darkness all around you until like Yolya's. I'm assuming Yolya, you're holding like a torch or something, or Erlan
What?
is.
I don't know.
Well, you guys have been
I-
like traveling with light sources, but it's up to you guys.
I was going to say I have dark vision, so I don't really care.
Okay, no light illuminates the thing. You both have dark vision, but I don't think Hyarkin does, and I don't think Ott does. I don't.
Yeah,
think...
I've
Yeah,
got dark.
Oh, sorry, you do. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I
Wood
can't
Money,
see.
Flame Tongue Short
Yeah, it's
Sword.
Risu and Ott.
Flame Tongue Short Sword.
Your moon
Yes.
blade has.
If it's not what is it? Attenuated.
Attuned.
Attuned. That's the one. If
It
it's
will
not attuned,
not.
then it doesn't light up, does it?
Yeah.
Cool. But what about my Flame Tongue Short Sword? Does that light up?
Only a very small area.
Yeah, better than nothing.
Like it's like holding a candle.
Right.
But yeah, you are all pulled out of the bag. Taito has paper in his mouth.
I'm like, hey.
Little shit.
Taito spits out a scrap of SS Yaoi.
Mangled Yowie hand.
Mm-hmm. All you can see is a really long tiefling hand. But yeah, so I'm guessing Risu and Ot are just seeing by what is essentially candlelight then at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You are able to progress deeper into the cave if you would like.
Do it.
Okay. So as you begin to go down the cave, you hear sort of a rhythmic bumping sound
A
much
rave?
deeper down in the darkness. Could be a rave. It sounds...
Are they listening to
Deep.
Caramel dancing?
No.
Is there flashing lights?
Yeah, flashing neon lights in the distance. But no, it's... In fact, it's not even really rhythmic because it doesn't follow like a specific pattern, or at least the pattern keeps changing, maybe. But the cave doesn't seem to go in a straight line, as no cave does. But it does seem to continue deeper into this hill and like down underground. And sort of as you progress, this rhythmic thumping begins to get more and more a bit louder. It's not heartbeat. It's sort of it's really arrhythmic, like it doesn't follow any specific pattern. But it definitely gets more close as you get deeper and deeper into this cave, and you don't find any encounters until you see, like, around a bend, you begin to see a very slight glimmer of light, which will, if you continue around this bend, probably be a light source. I
Dice
roll
roll.
so bad on this dice.
Good.
This one's going in jail.
So, has anything noticed us at all?
You don't hear anything like any activity. You just continue to hear this beating sound, like this deep thump, and there is some slight glow that you can just see from around the corner.
Can
You haven't rounded the corner yet, so you don't know anymore.
could we like try and stealth to see around the corner without like,
You absolutely could.
getting noticed?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, all I need is a half decent roll, and I could probably be fine. 25.
25. That'll about do it. I rolled.
No,
low
I
anyway.
hope fucking so.
So yeah, you come, and it's not like a 90-degree corner or anything. It's more like a bend, but you stick to the wall and you make sure you're moving quietly and listening for any voices or any footsteps or anything nearby. And you can hear like the occasional muttering of voices, like deeper within, like deeper around this corner, and you peek sort of around this bend and see that the cave opens up into a large cavern, and within this cavern is some sort of stone structure, or rather not one single structure, a circle of like stone spikes which seem to curve inwards, all towards the center of this circle. Each of these spikes is probably 15 feet tall, and you can hear the voices of a few people, but like trying to sneak around and just get a peek in. You're not able to like get exact positions and numbers, and you're not able to get a hugely like detailed look at this circle. But if you had to make an educated guess, this is probably a ritual site of some description.
You don't say, Logan. We went to find a ritual site and found a ritual site.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to call Hierarchin over to find a way of dispelling it, right?
Well, we don't even know what exactly they're doing in terms of the ritual.
Probably sounds like closer to Hierarchin's area of expertise than anyone else.
Yeah.
Summoning us.
It worked if there's
What do you
something
think
else.
we can, What do you think I can try and do then?
Is it investigate?
Investigate?
perception.
There's
Arcana?
dudes in there who are going.
Perception?
But
Type.
you can make an Arcana check to try and determine the magic. Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, not good.
At the minute, you'd need to get like a much better look at the place, like
got the-
uninterrupted.
You've got
Maybe
lucky.
Yeah, you do got lucky.
You got the lucky.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it again then. Yeah, that's better.
That 20.
Down.
Okay. This isn't planar magic at all. It's not really supposed to be your area of expertise, but you are quite well studied, and you did
Everything
live.
is my area of expertise.
Clearly, anything to do with magic is your area of expertise because you're kind of a high-level sorcerer at this point. So you like take a look around the corner and take a look at the ritual site, and you can tell that there is an artifact which is being contained in the center of this circle, and that if it were destroyed, then it would probably undo whatever is, well, you know what the purpose of this ritual is. And that's probably why there's people guarding this place.
What is the object that you've picked out?
You're not able to get a good enough look unless you want to like actually make perception checks or step out.
Does anyone
Like
wanna try?
just peeking around without making perception checks, that's what you're able to tell.
Anyone want to try going invisible to go closer?
Didn't work out well last time for me, so I'm gonna just let Rob do it.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
The rogue's
I
gonna
mean,
scout.
We did both try and stealth before, and it screwed us both over in that little foresty bit, but whatever.
No,
29.
Okay, yeah, so it seems like this light is sort of pulsing with the beat, so even as like a rhythmic as this beat is, you're able to like time out a moment of more or less darkness and dart through into the cavern and take cover somewhere where you're able to get a better vantage point, and you can see that there are 4 people patrolling around, and then 2 people on the far side of the circle who are talking to one another. In the center of the circle, you can see that there is, probably standing about a meter tall, a pedestal with some sort of stone idol showing. It kind of looks like 2 spikes that are entwined with one another, like they've been twisted around each other.
Metal spines.
It's made out of stone by the looks of things.
So it can be broken.
Can be. I mean, all of you know magic items are like resistant to damage, but not unbreakable.
Ooh.
So at the minute, you're probably, I don't know, how deep do you want to be in? 20 feet? Like at the edge of the...
Yeah, not too deep that. Well, like if I'm stealthed that well, are they even going to see me at all?
Well, no, this is like you snuck up to the circle to get a decent look up. look in, is what I'm saying.
Do any of the guards or people have the third eye?
Do you want to make a perception check, Ott? You can see on definitely at least a couple of them. They're like visible on various body parts. One of them seems to have one on their cheek.
Ew.
Yeah, not a pretty call.
So these guys will definitely have the.
But that seems to be the general mark of people who are in Xernas's cult.
Balls dripping. So, plan of action. Come on, guys.
Good question.
So going guns blazing.
I was going to say, they don't know we're in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can't you steal that item that is resonating with the magic beats?
You could try.
Would that be a bad idea?
I think it's. I think if we can try and get some people into decent positions like we did before with vampire woman, that was to try and catch them off guard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll go invisible as well then.
Okay.
Can I use my
Greater
stuff
invisibility or just invisibility?
Yeah, greater invisibility.
Okay.
Can I use my stuff from last time?
Say that again, Alex.
Can I use my stealth roll from last time?
No.
Damn it. Right. Oh, well, that's a nat 1.
Well, Erlan goes invisible, and as Yolya steps away from the wall, there is a sound of like loose stones being dislodged from the wall, and all eyes turn towards Yolya, stood at the entrance of this cave. Well, at the entrance of this cavern. You hear someone shout, "Fate touched!" And they all reach for weapons. And I think that's probably a good place to leave this, because Logan hasn't got a map drawn up yet because he didn't think you guys would get this far.
And energy levels seem to be low.
Yeah, Christ.
I've got to get up early tomorrow for work as well, so it's a good idea.
Well, we normally finish at about 9ish anyway, don't we?
Well, 10, but
Yeah.
we started at 6 today, didn't we? So
I was gonna say
thanks, Rob.
paracetamol.
I was going to ask you boys want to play Among Us, but I don't think that's.
I was gonna suggest that too.
Yeah, I got stuff I want to do now.
How many people?
Nick's going as well.